Gangsta Greed, hope you're sorry. This is your boy n.o.r.e.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this is motherfucking Drink Chats Podcast. Make some noise! Now, tonight's guest is one of my personal favorite lyricists. Mm-hmm. The guy has had countless things that he's accomplished to this game. Started out in Tommy Boy Records. Turned down a Dr. Dre deal that could have changed his life.
Damn.
Rhymed, he's probably the only person who ever rhymed next side to Eminem, and they didn't say that Eminem bodied him. And I'm talking about they got like 9,000 records together, and like not one, like the nigga said that he bodied him. Maybe there's a couple, and maybe there's not. But I mean, every record that Eminem rhymed with anybody, they say that he demolishes them. Right. He's probably the only guy that stands a chance. He's a part of a legendary rap group that even they were beefing at one point, and then they came together and they made what's for the better cause of hip hop. Let's big up the Slaughterhouse. Mm-hmm. And in case you guys don't know, then he made another group with a legendary DJ, and they made 2 albums, not one, PRhyme, but they made 2. And it's fucking fantastic. And then he goes on Funk Master Flex. Let me wipe my sweat. I'm sweating in the beginning of the interview. This is very
early sweat.
This is early sweat. Because this is how much I respect him. And he goes on Funk Flex. And it was crazy because a lot of my younger homies and a lot of my people, they were coming up to me and they were showing me this footage. And they were shocked. And I wanted to respect their shockness. But I also wanted to say, this ain't nothing new.
Right.
Like, and you know, I don't want to be disrespectful to what you did,
right.
But I'm like, this dude been doing this for years. Yeah. So in case you don't know who we talking about, we talking about motherfucking Royce the 5'9". Now, Royce.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You have such a rich hip-hop history. And so I want to take it from the beginning.
Okay.
I want the fans to actually understand your flight, your struggle, how you got to this very moment right here. So, but because I just took it from the beginning and I fast forwarded you very fast. I'm so sorry. But let's take it from the beginning. So how is a young Royce get into this game?
Well, let me just give you these.
Oh yes, please, baby.
That way I have some.
I ain't gonna lie.
Let me get it.
Which one you got? You got what size you got?
Don't worry about my size.
All right, I ain't worry about your size. All right. So let's take it from the very beginning.
DJ
I'm gonna leave it over here.
I got elbow room.
Go right. Yes.
Okay, so what you want to know?
From the very beginning, like what is your start? What is your origins? How does this happen?
Well, I come from Detroit.
Yes.
Shout out to Detroit.
Absolutely.
Yo, man, it's crazy because I just bumped into my man Scam. I've been knowing Scam for a long time.
That's family. He created the Drink Champs logo.
God damn it, make some noise for Scam. Yeah.
Bro, I started rapping. I was playing basketball in high school. I started writing my own raps probably sometime around the 11th grade, and I like never told nobody.
But why you said write your own raps? You sound like someone was helping you before that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You might be reciting other shit you were hearing.
Let me make sure I clarify.
Yeah, please clarify that, because you know people gonna be hurt out there. Like what?
I started off mimicking people.
Right.
So like LL Cool J, I'm Bad. Like I used to I memorized the whole video, choreography and everything. So my dad used
choreography and everything.
I'm Bad was choreography, bro.
Damn, I didn't think about it like that.
Was.
So he was doing the swing on the I'm Bad video.
Because you know I was from Queens, so we didn't look at it like that. But that's the technically way of describing what they were doing. That was choreography.
My father used to have his friends and shit over.
Right.
And he used to be like, Ryan, do the I'm Bad shit. Do the I'm Bad. So I set the stool up and I'll rap the shit and I'll be doing all the moves. And that's like how I started Run DMC. Like I could E40 bring the yellow tape. I used to rap that shit exactly like 40, like exactly.
Wow.
So like that's how I fell in love with hip hop. So I started writing raps for myself to say for myself sometime around in high school. So when niggas used to be doing ciphers and shit, I never would tell nobody that I was writing raps. So right around 12th grade, me and one of my boys went to the hip hop shop in Detroit.
I've been in a hip hop shop, and they had no security there. Big them up.
Wait, what's the hip hop shop for those of us?
The hip hop shop is this like SOBs. It's like a real underground thing. So this is the first time I came to a club And they actually had no security nowhere. I don't care about security.
Right,
but I'm
right.
just saying, I'm just used to that. And these niggas, they just was in there rhyming.
Bro, it's a clothing store. You know,
And
Maurice
what's
Malone
across the street from it's a chicken spot. I love that chicken.
from the hip hop shop.
Yeah, on my bucket.
He went to a different hip hop.
No, the shelter. What's the
St. Andrews.
St. Andrews.
So you
What's
went to-
across the street? I love that chicken across the street.
So you went to
all right.
Sweetwater.
I'm a hood nigga. You can tell I'm a hood nigga.
That's what everybody do when they come to
Okay,
Detroit.
okay, all right, cool.
West Side Gun and Conway and them, they be like, yo, where's Sweetwater at? We need Sweetwater.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is like my first time seeing, this is before the internet was like popping and shit. So this is my first time seeing niggas battle and like rap about what you wearing, battle back and forth. I'd never seen that before. So I'm looking at Elzhi, Eminem, Proof. These niggas is like,
And how old are they at this time?
they probably in their 20s. I'm still a teenager. Well, not Elzhi. Elzhi was still young.
Okay.
And this is not the shelter. This is the what?
Yeah,
Hip hop
this
shop,
is the
which is
hip-hop
actually
shop.
a shop.
This
It's a
is
store.
Maurice- I had it, yeah.
It's a store.
This is Maurice Malone's store.
Okay,
the
right.
clothing
Make it
guy.
sense. Yeah.
Okay.
This is where like that our whole generation came from. It's kind of like birthed from there. I didn't flourish there though, because like Proof was the host. He had the mic passing
Rest
it around.
in peace, Proof.
Yeah, he had the mic passing it around. So you get the mic and you can rap and you got like a few seconds to kind of like captivate the crowd or DJ here to put this gong music on and you got to pass the mic.
You put the gong
Oh, it's
on,
Baby
motherfucker?
Apollo.
Yeah, it's like the Apollo.
Okay.
So when I first got like the courage to rap there after I went a couple times, I got gonged. So I got gonged and I ain't never rapped there again. So I started going to this other place called the Ebony Showcase after that. I got a little bit older. The environment was a little bit different. You wasn't standing around a circle of killer ass MCs. It was more like just a crowd looking at you and the stage was a little elevated. So when I rapped there, I got a better response. If it wasn't for the Ebony Showcase, I never would have.
Wow.
Never
Because
would.
that gave you your confidence
The
back.
hip hop shop almost broke me.
Okay,
bro.
but let me ask you that because for artists that's starting out right now and they had that same experience with you where maybe they had the wrong DJ, maybe they played the wrong beats at the time.
I said the wrong rap.
And you said the wrong rap. So how does an artist bounce back from that? Because I think my first show I ever did sucked too, but I just had a gun on me and I just felt like everybody knew I had a gun on me and I was like, you're gonna bounce. You're gonna bounce. So, but I don't expect every artist to do that. So how do you bounce back from
But
that?
whose first show is supposed to be really good?
No one's first show is good.
Come on.
No
it's
one's first
part
show
of
is
paying
good.
dues.
It's-
But we don't. But as an artist, we don't know that.
It's just like anything, man. Like I told you, I came up playing basketball, boxing. It all applies. It's confidence. It's all confidence.
Right.
You have to figure out a way to keep your confidence up and not be inside your own head. Not kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't let nothing break you.
Yo, Mr. Lee, can you open that? Where Mr. Lee at? Damn. Where's he at?
You looked at Mr. Lee
He got
one
fired?
day?
He lost his job?
Yo, Mr. Lee.
Can you open that?
Or Mr. Garcia.
So, so do I understand this correct? That your first look in the game was 1998. Tommy Boy?
Yeah.
But you actually didn't drop an album?
Nah, I mean,
Wait, so you was signed to Tommy Boy.
yeah.
That was the best year of my life.
Wait, what
That was
year?
your-
Now, what year is this Tommy Boy deal?
This is n.o.r.e. album. If it's 1998,
And you were going by Royce to find out at this
yeah,
time?
Yeah. Bro, it's,
yeah.
Man, as a DJ, I don't really remember this.
No, I remember the
was
announcement.
that 98? That was 98?
I think it was
I
98.
thought it was more like 99, 2000. 90.
Okay.
I don't think it was 98, bro.
Okay, but it could be like, it could have been 98-ish.
Yeah.
98-ish.
Somewhere. Late 90s.
Okay,
Late
yeah.
90s, early 2000s. I went out. I started staying in New York with a friend of mine, and we started trying to shop a deal. At that time, you had to get a record deal. That was like,
There was no independent.
Yeah. So I went and took meetings with all the labels, Tommy Boy included. Played on my demo. Basically got turned down by all of them. So I went out there and started fucking with Dre. And that's when we started writing for the Chronic album.
This is my second. This is another question, but I'm glad we gonna
Yeah,
take
yeah.
care of both of them in one. Okay, let's
It's
go.
all relative, you know
Let's
what I'm saying?
go. Let's go.
And this is prior to M messing with Dre.
Yes, because see what happened was...
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
come
okay.
on, because let's get this in chronological order and not be drunk ass motherfuckers.
Cool.
He's sober.
Wait, talk about it. Yeah, you sober. You gonna have to sober us up.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
We've been
Time
drinking
out.
already. Excuse us.
Yeah, yes. We have. Wait, hold on. But this is blowing my mind
I don't know
because
where these green cups
I
came
got
from.
already.
I don't know. He thinks
But
it's
this
St.
is the
Patrick's Day.
part that I didn't know. I thought you were going to Dre through M.
I was.
Oh, okay.
My bad. So I kind of skipped over that. So let me walk you through it.
Okay, go ahead.
And if I start getting scatterbrained and I got to go back,
Yeah,
I'll
you
just
definitely
Drink Champs is scatterbrained as is.
I'm definitely welcome here.
I seen Marshall the first time I went to the hip hop shop, but I didn't meet him until '97. Mm-hmm. So I was doing this acapella on stage, and I said this whack ass rap. I know I'm gonna keep calling all my old raps whack, but they was kind of cool back then. Right. So I said this line. I said, I'm iller than standing in front of a gorilla holding a banana. That was around cannabis time. That's when cannabis kind of killing the features.
Cannabis was killing it, man.
Yeah. So my man introduced me and Marshall and shit. So he was like, "Yo, did you just say
Kino?"
Yeah. He was like, "Did you just say you iller than standing in front of a gorilla holding a banana?" I was like, "Yeah." Like we both thought that was ill. So we was like, we should work. Right. So we started talking on the phone and shit like that, and we eventually got into the studio. So we did a song called Bad Meets Evil.
Which became a group, in a sense.
Yeah, so...
Marshall said that to you? Or who said that to you?
What, about the line?
About the banana.
Oh, I said the line on stage, and then he said something to me about saying the line, because he was at the show.
You're talking about M?
Yeah, okay, he was at the show. He was selling his local Slim Shady EP.
But he already put out the Infinite project, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I had all that shit, but we never met. We never officially met. I knew exactly who he was. He didn't know who I was.
Right.
So we got in the studio. We did Bad Meets Evil, the song. But it was just two local dudes getting together, working on some shit.
What was you trying to body him? Because I feel like you be trying to body me.
I would assume as an MC,
like, I'm
he's
be
trying
honest,
to body
I feel like you be acting like you don't have but you get on the record with a nigga, you be trying to dance on. Let's be honest. Like as a fan, I'm a fan. I feel like you're like the Floyd Mayweather of this shit.
Thank you,
like for real. Like go ahead, and I'm gonna get into boxing too because I respect your boxing game. Go ahead.
I appreciate that. Yo, I remember being in the studio. It was a long time ago.
You're Humble Mayweather. That's your name. Humble
Thank you, man.
Mayweather.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. That was a dope name. Humble
I remember being in the lab and some of my niggas was in the studio. And the vibe in there was that the white boy is bodying me. See, I was always.
This is the beginning.
Yeah, this is when we did Bad Meets Evil, the first song.
The first song.
Yeah. Because they was always used to me rapping better than everybody in the studio. So this nigga comes in with the song concept already. He telling me what I should say on the hook. He teaching me about the way words roll off the tongue and shit like that. Because I remember he wrote the hook and it was like, well, we hit the trees till we look like Vietnamese people. So I kept saying, we hit the trees till we look like, and he was like, yo, you got to combine we and hit. We hit the trees. He was like, it rolled off the tongue better. Like he was teaching me shit
like you could
that I wasn't even thinking about.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then when he laid his verse, they was kind of like, damn, it sounded like he rapping better than you. You know what I'm saying? I remember that being the vibe in the studio. So shortly after that, he got his deal with Dre. So the way we started bonding was we was always talking on the phone, and every time I record something, I send it out there to him. You know what I'm saying? So he could listen to it. So when he played Dre everything he had on his demo, out of all of the features he had on there, Dre was like, yo, that one song right there is the one you should put on the album, which was featuring me, right? This nigga was playing Dre, my demo, and I didn't even know it. So I'm at my mom's crib. I'm staying in my mom's crib at the time, and I'm in the room. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in my room and shit. My dad just come in the room like, hey, it's a Dr. Dre on the phone for you?
Nah, hold on, tell me.
It's like, he got an appointment.
Is your dad knows that this could be Dr. Dre, or is he one of those guys that don't know at all?
No, my dad, he's young.
Okay.
Because the way he said it, I knew it was Dre. The way he said it, because he know Dre, he know his voice. He probably was like, yo, this nigga sounds like the Dr. Dre that I see on TV. But that's how Dre is. He just called, yo, how you doing? How you doing? Is Royce there? Yeah, this is Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? So he like, it's a Dr. Dre on the phone. So I'm like, what? So I get the phone, hello? And he like, yo, what's up? It's Dre.
That sounds
never
like
met him. Never met a celebrity in my life.
And how long did it take you to know
just called my mom's house.
That this was really Dre?
Immediately.
Let's make your noise.
Immediately.
So Dad.
So I'm like, yo, man, how you doing? It's an honor to talk to you. And he was like, yo, man, I really like your shit. He was like, M been playing me some shit, and M didn't tell me he was playing it. So that's why I didn't know he would. It was the last thing I was expecting. So he was like, I want you to come out to Cali, if you can. And I'd never been to Cali before either. and help me out with some shit that we doing. So I flew out there and I started writing. And then I also had to re-record my vocals on M Song for his album. So that's
because it wasn't up to par for Dre's status.
Yeah, because we just did it. We did it at my man's studio, but we were just babies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when he got that deal, he turned it to
especially Dre standards of recording.
Yeah. So
he's a beast.
So I mean, that's how I ended up starting to work on the Chronic. I started bonding with M more, started being M's hype man. Now, when all this shit started transpiring, you know the business is small, man. Like word get around real fast. So all the labels was like, yo, we want to do another meeting. Tommy Boy included. Right. So when I went out there to talk to Tommy Boy,
that $1 million.
Yeah, I played them.
It was hard to resist it.
My nigga, listen, I played them.
Come on, Royce. It was hard to resist that $1 million.
Yeah, you see, I ain't resisting.
But in your heart, let me ask you something, because a lot of people don't understand this. That sometimes, like I heard Dre offered you $250. Is this correct? Mm-hmm. And Tommy Boy offered you 1.2, something around that area in that ballpark.
Man, I just remember
it was $1 million.
They kept saying $1 million.
Okay, and you didn't care point nothing.
$1 million.
The point, whatever. You was like, fuck it, right?
All I kept hearing was $1 million. $1 million.
So, but
Tommy Boy was offering that?
No, they got the bank. This is 1998. I'm telling you.
I'm thinking penalty. My bad. Tommy Boy.
No.
Penalty
crack Tommy Boy. Remember,
Tommy Boy is the father company, the mother of
Exactly. So I knew they was cracking the joint.
I was meeting directly with Tom Silverman.
Exactly.
It was like.
No,
is that one of your biggest regrets, that you went for the money and you didn't go for the opportunity?
Nah, not really a regret, man. It's not really a regret. I mean, it's just something. It's one of them things you think about as an adult. Like, wow, if I was a little bit more mature. You know how this business is, man. It's like you don't.
No. Finish your statement. If you was a little more mature,
if I was a little bit more mature, I probably would have done certain things different. You would have
looking at things. I noticed that too. A lot of times when I go for the money play, it's really not the play.
Every single time.
It's when I go for the passion play.
Yeah.
It always works out for me better.
But when you're young, you don't even.
And this is when I was young.
You don't even have a full understanding of what your passion is yet. You know, like I didn't have the foresight to be able to see that Dre was starting a real movement. He was starting something that you want to be a part of. Fuck the music. You know what I'm saying? Like that, his album and Marshall's album, and then that Chronic tour was a movement. It was the biggest thing moving. The
thing about it was, I'm sorry to say this, and I don't want you to feel bad about your mistake from back then, but you actually fit in Aftermath. You actually belong there. That's the only part that bothers me when I look at that history, is that I look and I'm like, I know. Because to you, I'm thinking like you. I'm from a kid from the hood. Yeah. That's $750,000 more than what I'm getting. But the thing is, you would have probably made triple that.
I absolutely would have.
But wait, you don't think it would have been a 50-50? Look what happened with Rakim being on there, Busta, Eve.
That's a good point.
Like, I mean,
and I'm sure he probably took that into evaluation too.
If that worked out in the long run,
because that's the one thing about Aftermath is you can be the star there, or you can be the fucking guy that's on.
Well, I know
playing third base coach.
I know for a fact, by my experiences with working with Dre. I definitely would have made better music.
Right.
Like the music that I came up with on Tommy Boy, it was good.
Right.
But Dre is a producer.
Right.
Like I would have made the album that defined me at an early age. That's one benefit that I think I missed out on. You know, but and looking at it in retrospect too, though, man, it's like if he just would have told me, like, yo, I don't think you should do that, I wouldn't have done it.
Dre would have told me.
Dre or M, yeah.
Either one of them.
Right.
Either one of them. Nobody around me made me feel like I was making a bad decision. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's 1 point something million.
Yeah, it's like, it was just like, all right, we'll do your album over there.
I wish I was your friend back then. I wish you had my phone number. I would have been like, yo, listen. And I got that. Like, I started to realize that going for the money, sometimes you're happy for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
No, you learn that later. Like you said, it's a maturity thing.
Less than that, you said?
Less than that. My nigga, I'm from Detroit, man. Like, I had a terrible time, man. You know, it's like when word get out that you got $1 million in Detroit.
Oh, my God.
In Detroit, oh, my God. You might as well have that shit in your pocket.
Wow.
In cash and rubber bands.
Everywhere you go.
No matter where you go.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a very competitive city. And at that time, getting a record deal was unheard of. Unheard of. When I told my mom and my
Especially
dad,
for people from Detroit.
Yeah. When I
Who
told
was the first artist from Detroit that got put on?
Shit, I gotta probably go back to like Boss, right, Keno?
Oh yeah, Boss, Def Jam.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Awesome Dre.
Oh, wow.
Boss was dope too, but she
at
had
that time,
controversy with her.
at that time, it was like Eshawn was like a big independent seller, you know what I mean? But he didn't have a major record deal.
Right.
He was like he's a legend, you know what I'm saying? But when Marshall got his deal, it was like the first in years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Since like what was it? Not Motown ain't from Detroit, right?
Motown,
It's
yeah.
Motown,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
it's a competitive city, man. It's a competitive city. So I ran into a lot of problems.
So I watched a couple of your interviews, to do my research, and the thing that nobody really pointed out is your glasses game is heavy.
Thank you, man.
You have on custom Cartier frames with Heaven, which is the name of your studio, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct?
You are correct,
I
sir.
have never seen Cartier frames. I watched Rap Radar interview and I said, look at these guys. They didn't even point that out. They didn't even take no mention to this guy's glasses.
These are called diamond cut.
Okay.
That's why they look like that.
And
Reminisce.
are those prescription or those just fly?
These are just fly.
These are just fly.
I could
Let's
get-
make some noise. Yes.
I could have got my prescription in them. I just didn't want to wait for them.
Oh, okay.
When I seen them, I had to wear them immediately because I knew that this style had just came out, and I wanted to be the first one.
Nah, I
with it.
still ain't seen nobody with them. I seen you on Rap Radar.
He
with 'em,
notices
but
all this shit.
Yeah.
And listen, he said I was the first one with him, so let's make sure that that's
Let's
documented.
make sure that's documented.
documented.
I'm sure somebody gonna try and
You
take the
damn
credit.
You damn sure the first nigga I seen with him, I was looking like, damn, those is different. Okay, so now you and him, something happens where there's a fallout. Now, for this brief moment, was heartbreaking for me because again, I've met you, I met him, but I don't really know you guys, but I understand the relationship from you guys in the public's eyes. That you guys have this falling out. Why wasn't this falling out even happen?
Okay, the biggest part of it was communication. I would say, lack thereof.
Okay.
You know, like we didn't get the opportunity to say to each other how we felt about the situation. It was so many people.
Neither did the bottom.
So many people kind of like instigating it and saying what they could say to kind of like fuel it. I think it got a little bit easier for him to just not deal with it at all than to try to deal with it and please all of these people. And on my end, it was like I wasn't doing my part to keep it peaceful. I was kind of fueling it too because at that time I felt like I was kind of like defending myself. I was standing up for myself. You know what I'm saying?
So
it was-
for our fans, because our fans is a little bit slow, and I'm sorry, they hate when I say that.
You're foul.
They hate when I say that because we're
They're
saying
drinking, man. Give them some leeway.
Yeah. So what we're saying is that when the problems occurred, there was other people who came in who fueled your mind, fueled his mind. Is that what?
What was the situation?
Because
the situation was between me and his crew, D12.
proof, right? It was proof, actually. right?
See, that's the thing too. Like,
That's a miscommunication.
yeah, it kind of during like the tail end of it, it kind of turned into me versus proof. It kind of got perceived that way. Just because of how vocal he is, how popular he is, and how popular I was at the time within that situation. It really stems back from an issue between me and Bizarre. That's what it all comes down to.
The
Bizarre,
big one, that's my guy.
Yeah, Bizarre. Me and Bizarre both went to the same high school. He was real cool. Well, he wasn't real cool, but he knew my big brother, my big brother's age. They didn't like each other. You know what I mean? So you remember I told you nobody knew I rapped.
Right.
So this nigga Bizarre was like the man in high school in rapping. So as soon as he left, he found out that I was rapping now,
Oh,
right?
shit. He don't like that.
He didn't like that.
Right.
So he came back.
He's like the nigga from Belly eating a banana. I don't like that. Go ahead.
So he came
Big
back.
up Bizarre. Go ahead.
Yeah, he wasn't on no hating shit or nothing. He just a competitive
I know, I'm
dude.
playing around.
Yeah,
Big
so
up Bizarre.
he came back, and I was at the park, and he approached me and shit to battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we battled. Like, that was my first time actually, like, knowing the niggas. So we battled, right? We did that. So years later, I would see him at the hip-hop shop. I'd see him out. So we was cool. When I started hanging with M, everything changed with me and everybody. You know what I mean? So it was just like, once everybody started getting deals, everybody was so competitive instead of supportive. That's why I always try to not teach, but I always try to, like, advocate unity within our community in Detroit with the younger artists, because when we started getting deals, we were the first batch of niggas getting deals in Detroit in years. So instead of us unifying with each other, we all just competed with each other.
Yeah, it's the
That's like every other city.
concept.
It's every other
It
city.
happens in Miami.
It happens in New York. Happens in Queens.
So it just so happened with this certain situation, we were competing with each other too close under the same umbrella.
Right.
And it put him in the position where he pretty much had to choose. You know what I'm saying? So it could have been rectified, but nobody was taking those steps. Everybody was just standing their ground. You know what I mean? So once you do that and you don't fuck with the communication, everybody around is trying to fuel it. They just make it worse and worse, worse and worse and worse and worse. So every time we seen each other, it got more and more weird. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was saying this about each other. Niggas was saying that about each other. And I can't blame nobody because I know I did my part.
Right.
And then next thing you know, a diss record got made.
Right.
Then I made a
Who
diss
was
record.
the first? They dissed you first? It was D12 dissed you first?
They put out the first record.
Oh, wow.
But not M. You and M didn't have.
No, me and M
conflict.
never had.
It was everybody else.
Me and M never had a problem. Me and Mr. Porter never had a problem. Me and Proof never had a problem. It was something between me and Bizarre.
Right.
And then it just grew. It just grew into something that it shouldn't have been. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So
And how did y'all fix it?
I think it was time. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of time went by, nobody speaking to each other. Then when we finally,
Was it Proof passing?
that was one of the things.
Okay.
That was one of the things. I mean, seeing him in that coffin, man, it was just like,
God bless.
yeah, God bless it. Seeing him in that coffin was just like, it was just too surreal. You know what I mean? Like, at one point, I thought I didn't like him at one point. But seeing him in that coffin, it broke my heart so much. And seeing them all in the front row.
Right.
And seeing what the family went through and all of these different feelings and emotions, it make you feel like life is short. Like, what the fuck are we beefing for? You know what I mean? So, I mean, that was one of the things. I think that was one of the things that helped Marshall kind of, because me and Proof pieced it up way before he passed. So he was like real cool. We went back on tour together and shit like that.
And Proof was like one of the happiest guys I know. Like, he always was happy.
Cool as a fan.
Every time. I forget what strip club I filmed. I hate saying shot. I filmed in Detroit it was about 8 Mile, and I did the movie what was the movie
With
called?
Ray J in there?
Not Ray J.
It was a horror movie you did?
No, not the horror movie. It was Joyride.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm in Joyride.
I didn't know
in
that.
Detroit. I was out there. I filmed
Okay.
the joint, and before I get into the Joe Budden and all that stuff, checking in. Checking in was basically almost invented by Detroit niggas, right? Mm-hmm. How I visualized checking in was, these was my homies anyway.
Yeah.
So, Trick and them niggas is my niggas. The Cheddar Boys is my niggas. I never felt bad landing in Detroit and saying, yo, nigga, I'm here. Because that's what they required. They asked me. They didn't demand it.
Yeah.
They didn't say, nigga, check in, nigga, motherfucker. They just said, yo, nigga, when you in my city, I want to know, because I know that there's other grimy niggas running around this city that might get you because they know you fuck with me.
Right.
So I've always came to Detroit, and most of the time these niggas be busy anyway. So these niggas, but Detroit is kind of like the people who patterned that, checking in. What do you feel about that right now? Because this is a big controversy about checking in.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why it's such a controversy. I think it's just a lot of people, their measuring stick on what respect is just completely different. It's just completely different. You know what I mean? Like, I learned respect in the household. Like, my dad ran the household with an iron fist. You know what I mean? So I got punched in the face at home before I ever could get punched in the face in the street.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that should happen to every kid.
Right.
I think it should happen to every
kid
rapper.
should get punched in your face. It's a fact. We spreading it on drink champs.
We get chancleta. We get chancleta in the
Every
crib.
kid should get punched in the face. Everyone, including your own.
Yeah,
Just get
so
punched in the face once. Go, bam! Let's go.
When you go to somebody's city, you go into their house. You know?
Except for it's a girl. Or girls should not be getting
it's
punched.
like you know, if somebody comes to your house, man, you know, like if I go to somebody's house, I'm thinking, damn, man. The first thing I do is I look at the carpet. Like, should I be taking my shoes off?
Right.
This guy got white carpet. Let me take my shoes
Like,
off.
I could go to your house for 5,000 years, and I still will ask you, can I go in the refrigerator?
Yes.
Like, I still be like, yo, I will never go in someone's refrigerator.
That's
Like,
just-
I swear to God, I could go to your house. I swear to God, I still ask you, can I use the bathroom? Like, that's just who I am.
Not everybody has that common sense.
Yeah, but
respect.
not everybody was raised right.
Yeah.
What? Some
you go.
customs, I don't know.
There
Shout
you
out
go.
to my
There you
Nicaraguan
go.
homies. None of my
I
Nicaraguan
go to
homies.
Mr. Lee crib, ask him.
Who has to
I
go
be
in the
cleaning up
refrigerator?
before I even mess up. I be like, yo, bro, when I go to somebody, and you know who else is like that? Styles P. Styles P came to my crib. This nigga cleaned up a mess that he didn't even make. Like, I'm just out there, and that's how I knew Styles P was a killer. Off top, the nigga came and was like, yo, hold on, n.o.r.e. And this nigga, I'm like, this is just like some bottles I had from drinking, and like, I was gonna clean it up, but that's the first thing he did. He walked in my house and said, oh, excuse me, n.o.r.e. He didn't say, yo, somebody's violating. He just picked this shit up. I said, this nigga is like killer. Because any nigga that's nice like that, that his other side is crazy. So I knew that off top. Like, me being a street nigga, I'm like, yo, that, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I went a little crazy.
Yeah, no, I
Okay,
feel you.
but
Styles is my nigga.
your Styles is a great nigga, man.
I mean, yeah, I think it's just a respect thing. I totally
Check it in. We still on check it in, yeah.
I totally understand it just because I'm from Detroit. Maybe if I came from somewhere else, the lines would be a little skewed. Maybe I would look at it like, damn, what they trying to say? You know what I mean? So I understand why some people don't understand.
Right.
But I mean, everything ain't for you to understand.
No, but the thing about it is, Royce, right? You being from not even from Detroit, you being from hip hop, and you knowing I got an album called The War Report, and I have a partner who's from Queensbridge and is from Left Rack, and you go to Queensbridge and Left Rack because your record label tells you you gotta go out there and go promote in this restaurant, and then go promote in this guy's. And I got a retail store. One of the first things you should do is call the two motherfuckers you know from that spot. So I gotta say, yo, Royce, man.
It's like reflex.
Yo, Royce, listen,
reflex.
man, I'm not even going out there right now. And you can make a decision right from there and then.
Yeah.
But now you don't make that call and shit happens. This is the reason why, like, I'm just debating the concept.
But do you think that's the same context that they're using it now, just to be devil's advocate?
Yo, EFN,
I don't think
if
they're
that's
using
the
it in the
case,
same
if
context.
that's the case, I checked in with you for the whole time. I got my drugs from you for 12 years straight. Let's make some noise. I used to come to Miami. I trusted EFN. I said, you know what? He'll give me the drugs. He'll give me the drugs. He'll give me the weed. Yeah, he'll send Eddie Giggs. He won't bring it personally. He'll send Eddie Giggs. And when I want an ecstasy, you bring it too. Goddamn, let's make some noise for that.
That's not what I mean.
I don't take ecstasy no more. Don't take ecstasy no more.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying in context. But let me.
People can say that was checking in.
No, I know.
People can say that when I landed in Miami and I said,
why you throwing
that's for me.
white flags?
When I landed in Miami and I wanted to get high, I hit you. You ran your section in Miami.
I know what you're saying.
That was called checking in.
What I'm trying to do, devil's
Am I
advocate.
right?
That's right.
But devil's advocate, the context is different because you're saying you checked in with people you knew. These people now are arguing over checking in with people they don't know.
Well, guess what? If you go to a person's city, that's exactly what's going to happen. This is their city. You don't know these people in their city. You have to meet them. You have to meet them.
Meeting is different.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're going to continue to go to that city. It's nothing wrong with saying, yo, Trick, what's up? Cheddar Boys, what's up? I know I'm old school. I know these you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm very old school. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But it is nothing wrong. Yo, what's up? I'm here. Put it on. I'm going to eat over here. I'm going to be over there. Like, all right, cool. Because now, if something happened in the city and then you come rush to them after, then it's like, nigga, you should have said that.
They're going to call after.
You're going to call after, so you might as well say
clockwork.
it from the beginning. And I don't see nothing wrong with that, but I could also see where a young person is also saying, well, I ain't gotta, whatever. Like I can see what they're saying, but it's actually the wrong thing, the way to think. You know what I'm saying? If you're coming on my basketball court, please wear the shoes that I request you to wear.
Right.
Am I wrong?
You're absolutely right. I mean, because it don't have to be nice. It could be whatever. It could be whatever, you know.
Right.
Whatever the people from that city want it to be, that's what it could be. That's what people don't realize. It's like,
right.
So
now, Joe Budden, you guys were actually beefing right before y'all started Slaughterhouse. You guys were actually coming at each other.
Not technically. I mean, he didn't come at me. He didn't come back at me.
Right.
I was firing off on him on my mixtape because he just dissed me for no reason.
That's how he is. Let's big him up. He's a Virgo.
Wait, aren't you a Virgo?
Yeah, I'm a Virgo. That's how we are. I'm sorry. Just in case Joe thought I was coming at him, I'm a Virgo too.
He just dissed me for no reason, bro. I was like, I got a call out of nowhere, like, yo, you know this is Joe Budden, nigga? I was like, Joe Budden?
Oh, you didn't know him?
I had never met him.
Because I felt like all of y'all knew each other in the mind.
Man, bro, I didn't know Joe. I didn't know him. I wasn't following him. Like, I'm not going to say I wasn't a fan, because I did, my wife liked his first album. She used to play it. So I used to hear some of the songs and be like,
Pump It Up joint on
the Pump It Up album. When I used to hear some of the songs and be like, I didn't know this nigga could rap like this.
Right.
So I was aware that he was a high level MC. I was aware, but I wasn't like following his independent albums.
What initially started y'all to even start sparring?
Bro,
What did he say?
I went and did this thing. I got myself in this situation, bro, where I was in the battle with Mr. Fab. Y'all talked about it on here before.
Yes, Mr. Bad.
I was in the battle with Mr. Fab. He smoked me. So Joe was supposed to be there. I didn't know I was going to be in the battle. I wasn't prepared to battle because I can't freestyle. So I ain't had nothing written for it. So I was just doing like regular raps and shit. And
This is SOBs?
Yeah, this is SOBs.
Okay, wow.
Shout out to Chuck from All Hip Hop because he told me I wasn't coming to a battle. He told me something totally different, and then I got there, I was just ambushed.
You got caught off guard.
Yeah, so Joe never showed up. He was
This is what
supposed to.
Mr. Fab said he put
He said it on our show.
he said he put Slaughterhouse together.
He's one of the
Components
kind of like
of
the,
it?
yeah, he kind of like the catalyst.
Continue.
One of
Let
the-
me
one of
be
the
quiet.
components,
Keep
one of the
past that roulette,
components.
please. I am in shock. Continue, Royce.
So the whole time, like if Joe would have showed up, he would have won. Cause the whole place was just like Joey.
Oh yeah,
Jersey.
he kept Jersey down.
Yeah, he kept saying he was on his way. This nigga kept telling Chuck he was on his way, knowing he wasn't coming. So the whole place is like built up in
And we talking about Chuck from All Hip Hop.
From All Hip Hop. My nigga, he's my nigga.
Yes.
Even though he lied to me.
Okay,
still
he
my
did
nigga.
lie to you, though.
He
Let's
did
throw that
lie
out
to
there.
me.
Wait, so he blatantly knew that it was a battle and he didn't
Because
tell
he
you?
knew I wouldn't be in it.
Okay.
Like Fonte was in it. And then Fonte pulled out at the last minute. So I knew something was fishy because everybody kept pulling
Little
out.
brother Fonte, just for...
Yeah. I didn't even know Mr. Fab at that point.
Right.
So it was like they told
Yeah, he
me
was definitely an unknown.
he was unknown. So I'm like, I'm not knowing this nigga's a freestyle wizard. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
no, he's ill.
Yeah, so
I
it's
knew
like,
that, though. That's why I came in.
Yeah, so it's like, they like, you just gonna rhyme verses. You're gonna rhyme verses and the crowd is gonna judge them. I get there, Craig G is the fucking host. That should have been a flag right
The
there.
off-the-top specialist.
Yeah, the original.
The off-the-top. Bigger than Craig G. Queensbridge, by the way.
He MCs
so-
all the battles, by the way.
Right.
He was like, you ready? You got your raps ready for the battle? I'm like, yo, I'm not here to battle. And he was looking at me like he knew. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and then Joe kept saying he was on the way. He never showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like they was like Joe's brother had just got shot or some shit like that. So it ended up just being me and Mr. Fab. No other contestants was
And
in
his
it.
rhymes was directly at you.
No.
No, he freestyles though. That's like he said.
No. If he would have directed his raps at me, which he could have did because he's a freestyler,
Right.
he would have killed me even worse.
Oh, so he held back is what you're saying?
I told him don't direct no raps at me. I told him before that I was like, bro, I ain't come here to battle. You know what I'm saying? Don't face me. Don't say nothing about me. And he was just like, all right, cool. I respect that. We shook hands. He was cool. So he rapped his raps, but he was kicking battle raps, but he wasn't saying my name.
Right.
So I just remember him saying something like, I get you shot like Joey brother did or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like he was freestyling, so he was already talking about Joe brother. The nigga's just good, man. You know what I'm saying? So all while he rapping, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this is bad. Like this is bad. This is bad. So I get the mic and I'm rapping verses off of my album that I was working on at that time. And the crowd was just like, all right, we came to see a battle. You know what I'm saying? So
like it's hot, but nigga, you ain't dissing him.
I'm literally the only person in the room who don't realize that I'm in a battle. So you know, like halfway through Mr. Fab first verse, I realized, okay, I'm not gonna win this. Right. So because I was told you would win a prize.
How was the win determined though?
The crowd judged.
Not a crowd, and it was a pro New York crowd. This is the reason why I actually, to all the respect due, that's the reason why I took a liking to Mr. Fab, was because he had an LA accent. A California accent, excuse me. And he had all this, and he kind of like challenged everybody in the crowd. And I was just like, all right, cool, that was dope to me because he was the exact opposite of what we're used to seeing. Like I'm a fan of battle rap. I don't want to battle nobody though. I'm a fan of battle rap.
He was like, he had on a shirt. I think he had on a shirt with like airbrush on it and shit.
Yeah, airbrush. Yep.
He just didn't look. He didn't look like nobody that I felt like could compete with me in rapping. You know what I mean? So I was just looking at him like, all right, I should be all right. It's just me and this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never heard of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nigga started rapping, and I was just like,
so then how did you and Joe? Is that how you and Joe became cool?
Yeah, because okay, so look, so after he won that battle, you know, it was footage of it, so it went on YouTube. Joe, knowing he didn't show up, goes and looks at the footage. So I guess maybe he was a fan of me before, and he felt like, oh, Royce fell off because look how he look in this battle. So, you know, Joe can't just keep his feelings to himself. He got to go public and say the shit.
That's very true.
And this ain't even podcast Joe. This is just
this
is just troublemaker Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he went and interviewed with DJ Envy, and he said some shit about the battle and talked about how I look like shit in the battle. And Envy was agreeing with him, like, yeah, he did look pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's this whole conversation about how bad I looked in the battle, and I don't have no mic to be able to clarify what really happened. It was just an L I just had to take.
Right.
So, and then Joe makes a song, and then in the song he's like, something about Mr. Fab, because him and Mr. Fab was having words too, and he was like, and Royce fell the fuck off, so I ain't gonna mention him. And dun 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 dun. My phone blew up like crazy to tell me about the song, so I'm like, this nigga is actually saying my name.
And he's a nigga that didn't show up for the battle that you took.
He didn't show up.
You took the L for. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, so I'm just taking L's all across the board at this point. So I'm like, okay, nigga. So I did like what the MCs do. You know what I'm saying? I picked up a pen, and I told myself, I'm not gonna let up on Joe Budden until he responds. Right. He's not gonna say my name.
He did like 5 records, right?
I can't remember how many. I didn't write no records about him. I just, because at that point it was like, in my mind it was like, I want to bait him. I want to bait him. So like, whenever I'm gonna battle somebody, I'd never just shoot the full clip immediately out the gate. I'll say a line or two.
You luring them in. You knew what words was gonna.
If you respond to it, then I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
He's
so
really a strategic dude like that. I'm really watching you right now. Keep it going.
That's the young me. That's the young me. So I mentioned his name a few times on my mixtape, Bar Exam, and he did some interviews. He said some more stuff. Whatever the case, it didn't seem like that he really wanted to battle. I ended up finding out later that he was just like, he was gonna respond. He wrote some shit. He just never put it out. So the shit that I was dissing him on, he heard that and he was a fan of that. So I guess he heard it and was like, oh, so this nigga didn't fall off. Right. And his boys was telling him, man, I don't think you should diss him. And Keno was telling me, stop dissing him. I don't think you should diss him. Y'all should work together. Right. So this nigga calls me out of nowhere. I'm at the hospital. My first daughter is being born.
God bless. Big up. Let's make some noise on the first daughter.
So we get on the phone.
Joe calls you?
Yeah, me and Joe. Because Keno told me, he was like, yo, he reached out to me through Chuck.
The guy who set you up.
So
Let's bring up the setup.
Chuck set me up. Fab killed me.
Right.
And then Joe didn't show up. He sold me out. So we get on the phone and he like, yo, man, what's up, man? Like I got this song I want you to get on. I started to be like, yo, what's up with that shit you've been talking? You know what I'm saying? But I just was like, I'm in the hospital, about to have my first girl.
Yeah. Joy, you in the joy film.
It ain't the time.
Keno was like, you shouldn't be dissing him. Because I wrote some more shit I was about to put out. And he was like, nah, don't put that out. You shouldn't put that out. So I didn't want to feel like I was a troublemaker because I think I was fighting a lot at that time. So I was just like, all right, man. I just pretended like nothing never happened because that's how Joe is.
Right.
If you don't like bring it up to him, he won't talk about it because it's nothing to him. Like it's not. I took it personal. He didn't. I took the shit real personal. I was mad. You know what I'm saying? Me and my little brother used to talk about like if I see this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like he's totally oblivious. To him, it's just rap. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that about him once I got to know him. So I was like, well, who's gonna be on the song? He was like, I'm putting you, Crooked Eye, Joel Ortiz. And I was like, man, that shit sound like a Slaughterhouse. And he was like, oh shit, I think I'm gonna call the song that. So I went, I left the hospital. I left the hospital that night. Went and laid the verse real quick, came right back to the hospital and sent it to him. He put it out the next day, and that's how Slaughterhouse was formed.
That's a crazy story.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought we was gonna have to be 7 questions later, how you put the group together. That's an amazing story.
That's an amazing story.
Best shit I've ever heard. Niggas said, fuck it. And it works.
But you know what I learned from that, man?
Yes.
It's like you got to stop taking everything personal.
Yep.
You got to keep an open mind about relationships sometimes.
Yep.
Don't run around on everybody's dick, but don't close yourself off from people. I did that for many years.
Right.
Once I started collaborating with people and being open to just getting to know other sides of people instead of judging them before you really get to know them, I got to meet some good people. I learned a lot from collaborating, and I achieved a lot of successful shit just standing next to people and playing my position and also being willing to learn from people. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think you would have made that same decision without the people around you that was telling you, just don't pay attention?
It played a part, but I think I was at the right age. I had been through enough. I certainly didn't want to have problems with nobody at that point. You know what I mean? But, I'm competitive. I'm an MC. I'm certainly not the type of MC you could just say my name. You know what I mean? Right. Like, you say my name, we gonna battle all year.
Right.
How honored are you to be on the list of people that they say that Eminem didn't body on the record? They said the list that he bodied people on the record is phenomenal. I'm
honored just to work with him, man. I'm honored to work with him. Every time we do something, I still feel it's the same with PRhyme. I never really like.
Goddamn, make some noise for Premier.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Whole album with Premier twice.
No, we get into that. Let's don't rush it. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I
say what you want to talk about.
I just when we start working with each other, it was just respect for each other as MCs. I had no idea he was going to become what he became.
Who, Premier or
Marshall?
Marshall. Okay.
Once we started working, and he became like this phenomenon.
Right.
And yeah, he was bodying everybody. Like when he was doing a lot of features with people, that was like his thing. But I don't know, man. We used to do songs. I just didn't used to feel like I always felt like he killed me on every song.
Oh yeah.
I did. I didn't realize people was gonna be like, "Yo, you the only person who bodied Marshall on songs."
Or you stood the test of time.
I can't think of one time I bodied him. Not one time.
All right. Well, now let me ask you the lifelong hip hop question of all time, and I want you to take yourself out of your friendship mode, and I'm asking the hip hop fan, who had the better verse on Renegade?
That's been an ongoing conversation here.
Come on, Royce. Royce, if you was drinking right now, this would be time I give you a shot. But I'm not going to take a shot.
I'm drinking this delicious Monster Energy drink.
Monster Energy drink. Let's make some noise, And hopefully they cut you a check.
Shout out to my brother Kevin over there.
Yeah, pick them up. But come on, Royce. We really need you to keep it real. Because I know you did other podcasts before. We seen it. We get it. But listen, you're on the real podcast, right?
Okay, listen, me as a fan.
Yes. Please answer the way I answered it.
I'll put it to you like this, my nigga. First of all, The real answer is there is no answer to that question. It's like asking somebody who's better between Big and Pac. It's
This man been saying it for 2 years. Go ahead, keep going. Let me shut up.
It's based off your preference.
Right.
They provided you two different things that you can't really compare.
Right.
Now, if you want to go deeper, I'm a Hove stan. That Renegade Hove verse was light work for Hove. Light work.
So
that
you kind of answered it right now.
Kind of answered.
But listen, that M verse, light work. Me and M did that song and just threw it away. We did the song and it was like we could do better.
You was the actual.
That was my record.
He produced it, right? And produced it, right?
He produced it right in front of me.
Wait. So your verses was Hove, with Hove was?
All they did was take my verses out, and Hove, he sent it to Hove with holes in it, and Hove just rapped it and filled it in.
Wow.
Damn, right. You fucking up our whole podcast.
And for light work, that's a heavy ass song.
You came here for a reason.
Hey, Chico, don't hit them.
Okay, I gotta stop it. You came here. Go there. Okay, so now describe how this happens. You guys do the record. Jay-Z flies to Detroit, I imagine. No. California?
They sent the records?
Sent it.
And M sends Jay the records. Just what it was the same exact record, same hook?
Yeah, he had been asking M, and they've been both their schedules was crazy, so they kept missing each other. Mm-hmm. So he asked M. M called me and was like, "Yo, I'm thinking about giving Jay-Z this Renegade record. What you think? Would you be cool with that?" And I just felt like it was cool that he even asked me because technically it wasn't my record no more.
All right.
We did two records, and I was supposed to just pick one of them for me to use. The other one, but you know what I mean? Like Renegade was just something we felt like we could do better. I felt like we could do better. You know, so we took my verses off, took my part.
He's saying it's a throwaway.
Listen.
Yo, you fucking up a lot.
Listen.
Yo, you talking greasy.
I'm telling you.
Go ahead. Talk that shit, Royce.
I'm not saying we was right.
No, talk that shit, Royce.
I'm not saying we was right. I'm just saying maybe
one of the biggest
maybe I had like a
hip hop records ever. This nigga just said I ain't even really like it. Like that's what you basically said.
No, listen. Maybe we just had maybe I had like a picture in my head of. Or maybe I had something in my mind that I felt like we needed to be doing at that time.
Right, that makes sense.
And that wasn't it.
Maybe I was just trying to shape shit according to my album.
Right.
But I wasn't. I mean, I felt like it was good. Right. It became great when they did it. When we were doing it, I felt like it was good. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think it was that. You know what I mean? So my part of the hook got taken out, my verses got taken out, and he sent it to Jay like that.
So when they say it's a Renegade, and when Jay says his part, that's not
never
your part.
been afraid to say what's on my mind. I mean, I still said that part. I said that part, but my version of it. Hove took it and rewrote his part to say Hove's way.
But it was the same words?
Just never been afraid to say just the same words as
okay.
You know what I'm
repeating
saying?
that. Okay.
Tell them how your name was in the record already. M took your name out.
Oh yeah. Because he was like, cause jigga, like that part. At first it was cause Royce, he's the king of Detroit, and I'm the Mr. Kiss My Ass is just a. So he just switched that.
Does that
part.
version exist somewhere?
It's online.
Oh, it's online?
With you?
Yeah.
Oh, we pulling that.
We pulling that up.
K-Slay put it up.
on drinkchamps.com, motherfucker.
K-Slay put that up. K-Slay put that up.
Now, what do you feel about the ghostwriting shit? Because it's very famous stories of you ghostwriting for a lot of people.
Really?
I think he mentioned a couple of them already.
Yeah, I mean everybody who I wrote with, it's pretty much public knowledge. I tweeted this the other day too. I never secretly wrote for nobody.
All right.
Contrary to popular belief. I don't know why people think that, but I really haven't. I haven't.
So who did you write for publicly?
I wrote for Puff.
That's right. He ain't afraid to say that.
Nah.
Dre?
It wasn't. Yeah, I wrote for Dre. I wrote the message.
He ain't afraid to say that.
I wrote the message on the Chronic album. I wrote Tell Me with Christina Aguilera for Puff. On this.
Wait, hold on. You writing R&B records too?
Nah, it ain't R&B record.
No, Puff's version, his rhyme.
He's rapping.
I thought you meant Christina Aguilera. I said, nigga, what's going on?
She on the song.
That one.
I thought you wrote for Christina Aguilera. I'm like, nigga, what's going on over here, man?
Nah.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
I wish. But yeah, I wrote that. I wrote
Original Explosion, which is
Oh yeah. I wrote Well, some of the shit that I wrote on Dre album that didn't make the album, some of that is like on.
He said the original Explosion record. So
Explosive.
There's another.
I took a stab at that.
Original version of that.
I took a stab.
Who else?
I'm trying. Is there anybody else? I don't think I wrote for nobody else.
Oh yeah, bro.
For who?
Cannabis?
For cannabis?
No.
I didn't say that. Oh yeah.
Who's the ha? Who'd you?
You ain't right for cannabis, nigga. Come on. For real?
He got serious for everybody. Whatever he's about to say.
I totally forgot all about that.
You wrote for cannabis?
No, man. But it's something serious right now.
Good, yeah.
I was in the lab one time. Oh my God, he gonna want to kill me for this. But I was in the lab with cannabis back in the day and shit.
Oh, it was cannabis.
And he I don't know, man. He must have reached like a point in his life, man, where he just kind of like throwing his hands up with this shit. So he's like, we was like working on a song and shit, and I laid my verse, and he was like, yeah, man, that shit sound crazy. And he was like, shit, you could probably just go ahead and write the whole song if you want to. And I was like, what? You know how you hear somebody say some shit, but you can't quite believe it, so you make them repeat it just to make sure you ain't tripping? So I was like, what'd you say? So he basically was asking me to write the whole song, so I was like, listen, bro, you a legend, bro. Like, I started just talking him off the ledge.
Right.
Talking him off the ledge, and I was just in my mind thinking to myself, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannabis, my nigga. You're cannabis. So it was just like, we did the song, and he ended up writing his verse, but if I would have wrote it, he would have let me.
And it's cannabis after
This is
LL?
cannabis. Of course.
And before the battle that he did.
No,
I'm saying after but
the
before
battle
that
where
battle
he
that he
had
was
no
reading
rhymes?
the rhymes.
This is post alien cannabis.
Oh, that's because the alien is when he had the battle with no rhymes.
Cannabis. Oh my God.
Did you see that footage?
Come on, man. Let's not go there, man.
That's my man. I love cannabis.
I know, but
I'm just saying. But he did pull out the rhyme.
It was before that. It was a while back. It
has to be before that.
So cannabis asked you to write his rhymes.
I forgot all about it. This nigga just brought it back to my attention.
That's my man. What's his name?
I wanted to forget it.
What's his name?
Keno.
Let's bring up Keno, goddamn.
And shout out to cannabis too. They take nothing away. Cannabis
we're
was
not
the
taking
illest
nothing away. But Royce did get asked to write his rhyme one day. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying that. That's it. That's one time.
That shit's kind of crazy, bro.
So now, Slaughterhouse. You and Joe, y'all have this little quarrel.
Mm-hmm.
How does Joel? We don't understand the song, and then we understand that the name of the song was actually called Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
How do y'all take it serious from there? How do y'all say, all right, you know what?
It went so fast, bro. We as soon as the reaction happened to the song, that was back. I was just starting to become a little bit internet savvy. Joe was already internet savvy.
From the gate,
He was from the gate. He had a really, really, really good understanding of how to market things via the internet, and just
he was vlogging before.
He had a good gauge of when things were special versus when they were just regular versus when it didn't matter at all. So he hit me back with Keno on the three-way again. So he says, "Yo,
Big up Keno."
He say, you see the reaction, right?" And I was like, "I kind of seen it a little bit." He was like, "Yeah, man, we got to do more shit. We got to do more stuff." I was like, "All right, man, I'm cool with that." And he was like, I told him, I was like, me and you should do some more shit. Like, we should do an album or something. And Keno was like, all y'all niggas should do an album. Y'all all should do it.
So you saying Keno?
You put together Slaughterhouse?
Slaughterhouse.
So I was like, now at that time, I'm gonna go even deeper. I forgot about this.
Right.
Yeah, I was a drunk. So at that time, I heard of Joel Ortiz, and I was aware that he was a monster. Right? Crooked, I was aware that he was a monster. Crooked, I ain't really like. Because I asked that nigga to do a song, and he told me, yeah, and he never did it. So I took that shit personal. You know what I'm saying?
I know how that be.
Yeah, that's how I used to be. I used to take everything personal.
With Big Sean. I'll tell you about that later.
All right, so
and Crooked Eye's coming off of Death Row, too.
Yeah, no, he was, yeah. It was he still, yeah? It was kind of, okay, yeah. So I was like, all right, man, whatever. We could do that. So we start every time I would go to New York.
So you basically wasn't feeling that idea.
No, it's not that I wasn't feeling it.
You just wasn't like 100% in.
No, I was in to do whatever. I was in to do whatever, but my first impulse, my first instinct was for me and Joe to do more shit.
Okay.
So when it came, like when the idea came, you should stay working with all of them.
Like a super group.
Yeah, just do it like that. Like, okay. So I was like, cool. I was cool with that idea too.
Right.
But I just knew I had to kind of like get to know dudes and shit like that. So what we did was we ran the idea by everybody and everybody was with it. So we would just whenever we would plan times to go to New York and then we would meet up at Joe's crib, talk about forming a group on camera and shit like that, and let the internet kind of follow shit as it manifested itself organically into whatever it was gonna be. Right. You know, so and then it was like in the meantime, we'll continue to do music together. So the next song we did was a song called Onslaught. And that's when we realized that, you know, like, because that was at the very beginning when each of us felt like we want to have the best verse on every song. So that's when we got a dose of motherfucking Crooked I. He came in late, heard our verses, laid his shit, and I was just like, all right, man, well, I ain't about to have the best verse in no group with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it just started working like that. So before we even did the album, we was already doing the Rock the Bells tour. We was already touring together as a group. You know, so
I had heard that. I had read. Obviously, I forget which magazine that it was like. Slaughterhouse was Eminem's version of the Firm. Like, I forget what...
Yeah, but keep in mind, they were successful independently before, I'm assuming, before M even thought about signing
with the Firm. Same thing with the Firm.
Yeah, as soon as we put the album out on E1, the first album.
Right.
I thought the first album was on...
Shady?
Yeah.
That's the second album.
That's the second album, so I got it mixed up.
They were touring. Okay. I remember y'all, I saw like a lot of stuff on the internet that y'all was really successful independently.
Yeah, we pretty much, we found a ceiling. We found our ceiling independently.
Y'all went on tour with Tech Nine, right?
Yep. Yeah. We put the shout out to Tech Nine, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Right.
We put the album out on E1, and it's the #1 independent album in the country.
Just make some noise for that guy, Jared.
So when we did that, that got the attention of Shady. That got the attention of all the major labels. And that made all the major labels.
Shady. You was already like obviously friends.
No.
With the people from Shady. You was friends with them.
No, not really.
No, damn.
Not really.
Get the fuck out of here.
And just to backtrack a little bit, why hadn't you had a project on Shady?
I mean, we talked about it because me and Marshall stopped talking.
So that was the reason why. It was gonna happen if that hadn't happened.
Oh, well, yeah, I think so. Because he established that company a little bit after I signed. You remember, like, I got a deal right after him. It was like...
But it wasn't bad for the smoke.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. So I'm used to it.
All right.
So he got a deal. He got his deal. I started working with them, and I immediately signed this deal with Tommy Boy.
Right. Got that million. Let's not leave that million out there.
Yeah.
So one nigga see a million and say, I'm sorry for anything else.
Bro, when I got the deal with Tommy Boy, I never had a problem getting the deal again after that. I went right to Sony. After Tommy Boy dropped me, I went to Sony and got another $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. By that time, Shady was already established, but I never was in a position where it was like, yo, I need a record deal.
All right.
He executive produced my album on Sony. So he was always a part of it.
Right.
But we just never did it on his label. So after we stopped talking, so many years went by, so much happened in his life, so much happened in my life. So when we formed Slaughterhouse, when we signed the deal with Shady with Slaughterhouse, that was me and M's first time actually sitting down like in this manner. We talked on the phone a couple times, but just the way we sitting and talking now and just reflecting as men, it was after the Slaughterhouse deal.
Yo, but how many of them niggas was hating? Let's just keep it real.
Hating, like who?
Like, you know, because all of them niggas know that you know M for real.
Like Slaughterhouse, the group?
Yeah. Like, I mean, this in a playful way. Like, I mean this in a playful way. Because I know a lot of niggas were like, damn, nigga. Like, you know the CEO. We don't.
Bro, you know what, man? Everybody was just so happy. Just so happy to be
a part of that.
Yeah, we was kind of like
the biggest movement.
We was in the situation in our lives where it was like motherfuckers had wrote us off years ago. You know, so it was like another shot at this shit on a major scale.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So everybody was just happy to everything we had went through individually to form this group out of nowhere. We didn't plan it. It just happened. And now we sitting in the room with this motherfucker who's like a megastar. And you know, man, like you can't really gauge how anybody feels their first time sitting around M, because whenever I'm around M and I see people meet him for the first time, they're never themselves.
Right.
Never.
People act weird as fuck around him, man. So it's like it's always just weird. Yeah, man. It's like
it's special.
It's crazy to see.
It's like the Beatles, you know, it's that type of vibe.
Yeah, so it was just, you know, definitely no hate. Everybody was happy, man.
So now Joe Budden,
Yeah.
again, he has a show. His show is lit. He can choose to use his platform in a way where if his opinion matters and his opinion can sway people a certain way, he shouldn't, but he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Eminem drops this album. Joe goes on, and Joe says, I don't remember, I don't want to word for word his words, so I don't remember, but it basically, in paraphrasing, he's saying this album is not him. It's not good. Everyone is mad. 50 Cent goes on. He threatens them, says he's going to get an ass whipping. And you as a Slaughterhouse brother, you as a brother to Eminem, you as a friend to Eminem, and as a friend to Joey, where do you stand in that? How do you feel at that very moment?
I mean, I told him how I felt. I'm kind of like, man.
Told who?
I told Joey how I felt about it. You know, like, I'm at a point, man, where I don't really like talking about it. We're going to talk about it, but
okay.
I'm just going to tell you why before. Right. Every time I say something about it, man, it's like the topic itself grows new legs again.
Right.
Like Joey got this thing, man, where he can't stop. He can't stop mentioning things for views, even at the expense of like how his friends will feel and shit like that. Like he caught up in his world right now, so it's like that's not really my character. That's not my personality. It's like to keep talking about something that's not even really. It's not important to him. He hasn't talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe went on there and he said something about the song. It's a song that M put out.
Right.
Joe said a bunch of bad shit about the song. I felt like Joe went a little too hard.
Right.
Especially
knowing you have a deal with this.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, I feel like
continue.
I feel like he entitled to his opinion. You know, he entitled to his opinion. It's very difficult to talk about it and talk about the execution of it without it looking like you're trying to tell him he can't have his opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm always real careful with what I say and what I don't say in regards to him. You know what I mean? Because it's just like this thing looming now where it's like every time I say something, everybody is like looking at me like I'm just, here go Royce again, caping for the white boy.
Like being too loyal. That's what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, when we have a sense of history, we have to sort of respect that history. Meaning, it's like, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably sure he's gonna be mad for saying this, but Trash is my man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Trash, you know, he recently called me about something I said, and I immediately said sorry because I didn't mean to say what I said, regardless of what I said. And so immediately I said sorry, and I think he didn't even was expecting that.
Right.
I think he was just like, oh shit, what? Like he wanted me to be the old n.o.r.e. where I was like, so what I'm trying to say is, you, on one hand, Joe should have his opinion, but on the second hand, it's a sign of disloyalty. It's a sign because at the end of the day, and EFN, I'm just use you as an example because you just came from the bathroom, right? EFN, you open up a pizza shop, right? Your pizza's horrible. Right?
I don't appreciate that.
I'm just saying. Please, just use this example.
Okay.
This is an example.
But my pizza's
Your pizza's horrible. I'm still gonna go there on Wednesdays.
Because you're my brother.
Because I'm your brother. And I'm gonna just open up. Like, if you ever ask me, yo, how do you like the pizza? Then I'm gonna tell you.
Not in front of people, though.
Oh, no, not in front of the
Just
public.
inside.
And
Right.
no, if there's a camera around. But guess what? As a brother, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna still go to your pizza shop on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Like that's just who I am.
It was one of those things where it was like,
okay,
when I first seen it, loyalty wasn't really what popped into my head. It was more like a respect thing. You know what I mean?
Which respect and loyalty is brothers.
Yeah.
Just in case you.
Yeah. So
thank you.
Just the verbiage has been like the verbiage that's been used. It's been sparking all kinds of different conversations and opening up all kind of different new narratives and shit like that. It's been like it's like a playground for like semantics and you know what I'm saying, like twisting words around and shit like that. But the very rawest way to look at it is just you use the wrong words talking about somebody. You don't have to be loyal. Just be respectful. Mm-hmm. Not just with Marshall, with anybody.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like there's a difference in me saying I'm not feeling that than me saying that shit trash, throw it in rice. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so when I looked at that, it wasn't, yo, Marshall was mad. It was, yo, because I didn't really even talk to him about it like that. Not that big of a deal. But it's just kind of unfortunate to see somebody that you're cool with do that kind of shit at this juncture in our careers. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, it's like you just throwing relationships away for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just from where I was sitting, how I felt. It just so happened that right after it happened, I go on this press run, and it's getting brought up to me, and I'm mentioning it. And I guess I'm not being as careful as I could have been with the words I'm choosing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it keeps turning into the conversation over and over again. But at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. It's just he gave his opinion. He did it his way. It got received a certain way. I seen it. I picked up on it. I told him how I felt about it, and that was really it. It wasn't really...
And then Bizarre jumped in.
Yeah, well, see, that's... Bizarre, you know, it's a personal thing.
Right.
We don't like... Niggas don't like niggas talking like that about their friends. I'm the same way about all my friends, though. Even with Joe. You know, like, that's my nigga. So it's like... When he did the battle, when he did my battle, the Shady battle with Hollow the Don. Shit, I looked the world right in their face. And Ebro asked me in front of the whole world, who just won that? I was like, shit, Joe did.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, you were out of your mind. You were out of your mind. I saw that interview.
Listen,
I said, God bless Royce and all of Detroit.
I'm gonna tell you what,
God damn it, you were wrong.
It wasn't a soul that could get me to say that my nigga just lost that
that's
battle
in
front of the whole world.
That's because you were loyal.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's all I'm saying. So it's like, pardon me for looking at it like that. It's just the type of person that I am. It don't mean I'm right. It just means that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Right. Nothing's gonna sway my judgment from that. So.
Right. I respect that, man. That's grown man talk. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, as a journalist, you know, I had this look at and you know, think of where Joe Budden was coming from. But, you know, and I respect the shit out of him. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's just like, yo, my opinion with my family is just going to be my opinion with my family. Mm-hmm. And that's just basically it. You know what I mean? I want to respect him. I understand what he does. Mm-hmm. I actually acknowledge what he does, and I actually think what he do is dope in his world.
Yeah, he's ill.
You know what I'm saying? He's ill in his world, and we are the same. But you know, when it comes to family, I would rather keep family business within family. Like there's a whole bunch of shit I can tell you about Capone right now. Like I don't gotta wait till next week. Like right now.
The first time I seen,
but that's between me and him. That's my brother. I love him, and that's it's gonna ride. And he can tell you a bunch of shit about me, and that's great.
The first time I seen Capone, you know, I never met him.
Oh, get out of here!
I never met Capone.
Get out of here!
The first time I seen him was here in Miami, way back in the day when niggas used to rent the scooters when we came here. I seen him, bro. He was wilding out on the police, wilding out on the police, and he got arrested.
God damn it!
This is like the middle. This is like
I remember that. Okay. Well, did you get arrested too, or that was Eddie?
No, that was Eddie.
Oh, that was Eddie. All right.
He was wilding out on the police.
I don't ever get arrested.
And I'm gonna tell you something. The police were scared as shit. They're scared as shit.
Not no more.
No, I remember. I thought he was crazy.
They scared as shit.
I remember that shit.
Not no more. No,
was you down here with me when Capone was down here wilding? He was wilding. He was for real with
police, they gonna shoot you out here right now.
Oh no!
Everywhere. Let's make some noise for those days where you could talk to police.
I don't know if we're gonna make noise for that.
Let's make some noise where you can talk to the police disrespectful and be black. But nowadays, you talk to the police disrespectful is not happening as sweet. Let's be quiet. And no, that's real, man. Because Ferguson. How you feel about things like that, man? being a black man. Like, I'm be honest with you. I said this on the podcast a couple of times. One time, I just left my house and I had to go to the store. My wife was like, I'll drive you. I was like, all right, cool. I jumped in the joint with my wife. My wife put on her hoodie. She had no makeup. And she sincerely just drove to the store with a hoodie. I can't do that as a black man.
Yeah.
As a black man, if I get in the car, I got the two hands on the steering wheel.
Right.
Like
10 and 2.
Like I literally looked at my wife. I hated on my wife for that 12 seconds.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of hate you. She's a Latina.
She's Cuban,
She's Cuban, Puerto Rican. And the cops don't give a fuck about her having a hoodie on.
Yeah.
And that shit fucked me up,
I mean, it's disheartening, man. It's disheartening. It's not just now happening, man. Like if you think back to when Ice-T made Cop Killer, because these guys from these eras, man, they put their lives on the line. Like Ice-T took the cops to war for us, so we can have more freedom in our speech.
Big up Ice-T.
Yeah, big. You know what I'm saying?
NWA, fuck the police was before that.
Big up.
Yeah. So Cop Killer came from cops killing black kids. You know what I mean? So this is something that always was going on. We just got the internet, so we're privy to the information faster, and you can't sneak that shit past us. We see more of it. I mean, it's happening more, but it's always fucking existed, bro. Always.
Fucking terrible.
My big brother just got arrested. He had a gun on him. He was at the liquor store. The first thing I thought of was like, shoo. That could have been way worse news.
Yeah, he could have died.
Yeah, because it was like, they seen him walk into the door and they just ran down on him. Grabbed him up, said he looked like he had a pistol on him. Grabbed him up and he had a pistol on him. What if he'd have tried to run? They'd have shot him. You know what I mean? So it's God bless.
Now, being from Michigan, I would like you to describe the Flint water crisis and because a lot of people think that this is
still unresolved.
It's still unresolved, but a lot of people think this is actually like an Instagram thing. A lot of people don't think this is real. A lot of people think that this is like color correction. This is what's it called? Photoshop. Can you describe what's going on out there, or to your knowledge?
You want me to describe it? Like you want me to run down like what's going on, or what, or where they are with it? Or is it getting better? No, it's not. It's definitely not getting better. It's definitely a corruption situation.
It's a political thing.
Yeah, of course, just like with anything else. And I don't really know what the fuck we could do to rectify it. I know a lot of people donated money. I'm not so sure where the money went. You know what I mean? Like I don't know where they are with fixing it. I don't know, man. Like the world is so fucked up and there's so much stuff happening. It's kind of hard to keep up with everything that's fucked up. Like Detroit is just coming. We're just coming back from bankruptcy, man. As a city.
Yeah,
there's so much going on there. There's so much going on in our area.
Please keep your story, but I remember I went to Detroit one night, and I went to like a casino, and it was lit. And then I drove out of the casino, and for 6 blocks, there was no lights. 6 blocks straight. I was like, oh shit, I thought this was the illest lineup ever. I was like, oh, they're gonna get us. Like somebody's coming from somewhere. And 6 blocks, and then it lit back up again. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is amazing. But no one never put that on the news back then. No one never
because they didn't want to expose the whole, they call it Motor City for a reason. A whole industry was destroyed in that area, and they don't want to put that on the news. It destroys the whole country.
We on a resurgence right now. Usually when things get that bad, only good shit can happen after that.
That's right. I mean? So that's right.
We got a lot of artists doing their thing. A lot of artists getting deals. A lot of artists getting recognition.
Big up Big Sean. Big up Big Sean.
Yeah, big up my bro Sean. It's like and it's a lot. The areas are improving. You know what I mean? Like it's a good place to buy real estate.
Right.
It's just turning back into that beautiful Motown feel that it used to be. That's in our lineage.
Okay, so I got a couple more questions, but before I go, because I got to take a bathroom break. I seen you took a bathroom break.
Go ahead, bro.
You cheated. But this is one of the funnest questions I've been wanting to ask forever, right? Now, I'm not talking status. I'm not talking money. Who's the most famous rapper in the world? I say Snoop Dogg.
In the world?
In the world. Now, I'm not talking, look, Jay-Z, Puff, and M, they're all famous, but that's all, we're talking money.
No, you just mean this.
I'm talking your grandmother knows who Snoop Dogg is, man. Who's the most famous rapper?
Currently?
Period.
Yeah, currently.
Because if you're talking fame, you got to, that's...
Snoop is the most.
Don't tell him the answer.
I'm sorry.
Snoop is one of the most iconic, for sure.
I'm not saying like business wise. I'm saying
You saying recognizable?
Yeah, recognizable. It gotta be Snoop, man. Come on, Royce. Go roll with me, Royce. Come on. Come on.
It could be Eminem though. Real talk.
Let me think about it. Let me think about it, bro.
I'll let you think about it. But
no, it's not gonna be Pac. Not right now.
You mean living though, right? You mean living.
No, and I don't think right now, Pac.
Right now, in general, Pac is not. Everybody, think about it. Your grandmother says something about Snoop Doggy Dogg.
It's not even my grandmother.
It's some lame shit.
Not generational. You just mean famous.
Famous. Everyone knows who Snoop is.
You would be hard pressed if somebody didn't recognize Drake anywhere.
No. Okay, all right, damn.
I don't agree.
No, I don't agree. There's some people. Drake is still new. He's still like 10 years in the game. So you had to have 10 years of listening to music. Snoop is 25.
Yeah, of course.
Snoop is up there, but I don't know why I say Eminem.
Marshall can't
Vanilla
even.
Ice?
Nah,
but Kanye is still kind of new.
I don't think it's Kanye. Definitely not Vanilla Ice.
That's why he's in Wyoming. No one knows who the fuck he is in Wyoming.
Marshall can't even wear like a costume and not get recognized.
I think it's M.
All they got to see is like his chin and his nose, and they know who he is.
And I'm telling you from the countries I've been to.
No, but I think
Snoop is a good choice though, bro.
No,
Snoop
hands
is
down,
up there. It's up there.
Listen, hands down, Eminem is first off. He's probably one of the most famous people ever, right?
I think he went diamond in Ireland,
ever.
Right? Or something crazy like that.
But what I'm saying is, even him, he has a particular crowd. Jay-Z has a particular crowd. Snoop doesn't. He's like ungentrified. I don't know if that's a word. I'm pretty sure.
We know what you mean, though.
But I still think I think Eminem and Snoop actually are.
I think Snoop is more famous than Dre.
Is this just limited to artists? Because we had this conversation.
Hip hop artists,
We had this conversation.
Entities.
We had this conversation about celebrities. Period.
I want to see what you
famous people.
Well, we could. That's a little different though.
Y'all ready for this?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Barack Obama,
yes,
is the most recognizable person.
Yes.
Okay, I agree.
In this motherfucker in years.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is nobody that's more recognizable than Barack.
He's the most missed right now.
Yeah. I missed the fuck out of him. I wish he was here.
But I still think Snoop is the most. Listen to me say something.
His voice too.
Listen, Snoop. Everyone knows who he is. They be like, even if your grandma's corny, they be like, Snoop is Snoop? Like, oh shit, all right, cool. Like Jay, don't get me wrong, Jay, Puff, M, they did the best financially. You know, Dre, best financially. But they all reached the level of finances and kind of fell back. Snoop just lived off his fame.
And Snoop does all kinds of different genres of music.
And
reggae, the gospel.
He just dropped the gospel album, brother.
He's killing it.
Let's just make noise for Snoop. The Weed Smoker. The Weed Smoker dropping a gospel album.
Drink Champs alumni, by the way.
Drink Champs alumni. Thank you for being a part of Drink Champs early. But for me personally, I think Snoop is the most famous.
I think it's neck and neck, him and them. I think
it's neck and neck with him and Barack.
No, we're not talking. I'm talking about rappers, bro. You go into a whole other world.
All right, but I just say
he took it there, but he said in general.
I'm saying Snoop and Barack is neck and neck. Like they can both go to Hawaii, and Snoop might get mobbed before Barack. I'm just throwing it out there.
Snoop gonna get mobbed before Barack?
I don't think so.
I'm just telling you, B. I've been with Snoop everywhere. Like I have taught, but the only place they don't mob him is in LA because they just like, nigga, we see you all the time. Yo, is that? Listen. The other day, right? I used to be 316 pounds, right?
Damn. Really?
So yeah.
Damn.
So I used to the place that I moved to. I jogged every day, six like almost 6 years, I tried to just jog everything, just right. And when I first moved there, all these guys, they would love to see me. Yo, I just jogged there.
You was Rocky and shit.
Yesterday, them niggas was like,
For real? Where was this at? What was
this is okay. Good day.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is, they get tired of everybody.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to and if you understand what I just said,
They get used to you.
I'm nothing to see these guys right now. I jog. Roberto, what up, nigga?
Yeah.
It's n.o.r.e.
Yeah, it's n.o.r.e.
Once you show them you accessible, that's it.
That's it.
Because then you become a person now. You're a regular person.
Isn't that hip hop?
Yeah, of course.
Isn't that hip hop?
I'm from Detroit,
that's
so
absolutely
I know.
hip-hop.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
After they get used to you, they really is just like, you actually either have to have another hustle, another scheme, or they don't really, they really won't fuck with you.
They like that with the verses, the songs.
Yeah.
Even when I got a fucking car, like the first car I bought when I started making money again, it was like I was driving it and it was like, damn, there go Royce, that car. 2 weeks later, it was like, oh, that ain't nothing but a car. That ain't nothing but a car. That ain't shit but Royce. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you put out a song, they love the song. You put it out again, it's kind of in the same chamber. Then it's like, all right, now what else can you do?
But that ever bothered you about rap, where after they get used to you, you're not really as appreciative? Because even Hove, like Hove 444, it was a dope album, but they gave him a week and a half, a week or two, and then they moved on. This is the generation we live in. It's disposable.
But I don't think it's exclusive to hip hop right now. I think that's happening generationally.
Yeah, I'm just saying in general. I'm applying it to hip hop.
Yeah, it don't bother me at all. You know what I mean? Like if anything, it gives you a better understanding of what you're dealing with, and you learn, man, that it's not really as much about you as you think it is as an artist. It's more about the service you could provide, I would say. You know?
But you know, I don't think what we're realizing that's happening right now, we could literally put out something, wait a second, and put it out again.
Yeah, that's the crazy
Motherfuckers, new people will be like, oh, this is some new shit that just came out. Now, you're not going to say it's new.
Right. That's crazy.
But you can literally put it out again, and it's like, it's new ears, new eyes.
Recently.
Algorithms are changing, and it's
Literally.
hitting new people. And that's something that I think people aren't realizing that's happening right now. Literally. We don't know because we're not the ones making the technology.
Nah, because you know why? I know exactly what you mean. What it means is like back in the days, we should throw out a record, and you would know within that first month or two if this record is reacting or not.
Right.
And then you would move on. You would say, I'm moving to the next single, or you say, I'm going to keep pushing this.
What did Pharrell tell us?
Pharrell told
about
us
the record,
6 months later. But here's the crazy thing. I just threw out the record with Pharrell. And I'm thinking, okay, it did fair, it did decent. You know, we got a whatever. And the guys is like, so I keep pushing to drop the video with me and Pharrell.
Which one was this?
This is Uno Mas. This is right now. This is recently.
Uno
This
Mas,
is Uno Mas. This is and the guys are saying, please, we don't actually want to drop the video. So I'm like, why? And they're like, because we have 7 million streams on the actual record, and once we drop the video, like the shit would drop. And I was just like,
the momentum,
this is not the era I come from. But I know I'm a dinosaur. Bro. I know I'm a dinosaur.
I'm going through the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. We got to realize this.
I'm like, what, 7 million and I don't have a plaque?
I'm mid-roll. I'm right in the middle of my rollout right now, and I'm learning new shit because just introducing the whole streaming aspect into it.
Yeah,
it just
I don't
changes.
understand
It changes everything from what it used to be when I first got into the business.
All right. It's counterintuitive for us.
Right. We survived like 3 different eras in this shit. 3 different.
So when they told me that, they're like, because I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, they weren't in a rush to jump to put out the video. And I'm talking about we're like almost like 6-7 months away.
Yeah.
I'm away, and they're like, yo, look, n.o.r.e. Because in their mind, they're like, fuck it, let's just keep getting the streams. It pays on it. And I understand it.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand it because of how much I'm traditionally trained how the business ran.
Yeah.
And I realized I was the dinosaur, so I shut the fuck up. I shut the fuck up, and I was like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? But at the same time, so now, hold on. If you're gonna take a break, you can keep it going.
No, keep going.
Yeah, let me just take a break. Let me take a piss. I see you take a piss. I ain't gonna lie.
Are you gonna move Royce out to take a piss?
No, Royce is gonna move.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, I know how to project.
So is Scam still here?
Yeah.
Scam, just walk over at least over here. So this is my brother Scam. You guys know each other. Can you tell me a little something about how you met Scam? Or Scam's gonna tell us how you met each other?
Let's say Royce is very. I don't even remember. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what I do remember. Shecky Green Game, was it Game Records, right? Yep. When they was doing Bad Meets Evil.
We didn't even talk about those projects too. Were those independent joints, just vinyl?
Yeah, just vinyl too.
But you had like singles with just
vinyl singles,
just
yeah.
you by yourself.
Yeah. Well, actually,
and this during the Tommy Boy?
this is during my next deal, the Sony deal.
Okay.
So, yeah, one of the singles from off of there. What we would do was I did the album before I gave it to Sony, and then Shecky Green from Game Records, he had the rights to do the singles from off the album. So he had like this vinyl that he would do where he would put like the half naked girls on the cover.
Yeah, I thought there was a porn company straight up. Were they?
Well, shit, I think he did some shit like that too. Yeah.
No, they were actually porn stars on the cover. I don't know if it was every cover.
Sometimes it was on my cover.
I
on
just
my
know
cover
as a
for
DJ,
more.
I enjoyed getting those records.
Yeah, that was the plan.
That was
And
like,
it worked.
these are amazing records.
Yeah.
You think you're doing CrossFit right now?
I was trying to, man. Let's hurry up. So,
No, you can't interrupt right now.
I'm so sorry. Definitely, I will not. Yeah, continue.
Nah, we was finishing up, but we was bringing up how him and Scam knew each other.
Yeah.
So
I remember, I was seeing him in passing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Are you from Detroit, Scam?
nah.
Scam from Miami,
I'm from
Carroll City.
man.
Oh, shit.
on, man.
How did y'all meet? What type of foul
met-
shit
we
was
met
Royce
through
involved with?
Listen, listen, Scam gonna do a
sounds like
documentary.
something
He gonna
foul.
do a documentary, but Scam got a whole story with M and everything that goes
Okay.
on.
So all right. I mean, me and him, he wasn't from New York, so he was just like, none of us, me, M, him.
Paul was your lawyer, right?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, all of that. He was the underground's lawyer. Like, all the underground dudes.
Was he your lawyer too?
Nah, I met Paul through M too. He was M's lawyer, and when M shit started taking off, he just started focusing on management full time. He actually worked at the firm.
Cutler and Settlement.
Yeah, with Theo Settle. Theo, your lawyer?
Yeah, no. He's not my lawyer. No.
But you know Theo.
I know
You
Theo,
know
yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
so Theo was my lawyer, and he worked at the firm. Paul worked at the firm.
Yeah.
Did you guys didn't meet though when you took M to the Source, right?
Nah. I met Royce, like, he just came through. I don't know.
Wasn't you traveling with us? Was you traveling with us when he was touring?
Nah, we did a couple stops before he got the deal. Like when he went to Sway.
Okay.
I was with y'all that night. Y'all went up the Stretch and Bob.
Okay.
But I think Paul kind of wanted it to be like just Detroit in there. So
So
I
he
kind
excluded Miami, or he thought of you as New York?
Who, Paul?
Yeah.
Nah, he was
I'm
just.
being an asshole.
Oh
though.
yeah, you know they was pro Detroit, like
Right.
you know what I'm saying.
You can't be mad at them.
No.
Nah, you know what I'm saying. But like he was saying, when you younger, you like, well, what the fuck? Like nigga, I rap too. You know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah, I see what they was trying to do.
And you rapped, or you was just?
Nah,
He had a song with him.
I got songs with him.
Oh,
But
shit.
That's it. I even got the underground shit that you did with Scam.
That on Stan, he's talking about Scam.
Oh.
It's the aha moment right there.
And not to get too deep into it, but you took
never
him to
caught
the
that.
Source, right?
Yeah, me and Riggs Morales.
The unsigned hype that
Riggs Morales.
that M was in, Scam was
Yeah.
there.
Atlantic
You took him.
Records, what's going on? You're not paying for bills no more. Let's Cardi B around. Come on, let's do it. Riggs Morales is my guy.
Yeah,
Let's
me
go.
and AL.
Shout out
took-
to Riggs.
And Mike
And Carlitos.
and
up
Julie
there,
Greenwald.
And we was like, yo, you want to, rush on this before Stress Magazine puts it out.
Shout out to Stress.
You know what I'm saying? Riggs was, boom, he did it. Ran next month, and then it was just like,
But you took him over there?
yeah, me and AL took the stuff over there.
Took M to get on Unsigned Hype.
This is very deep allegations.
Yo, listen.
No, it's not allegations. This is fact.
No, this is fact. That's Rick.
This is my brother right
That's
here.
Rick.
Scam, by the way.
Yo, listen.
This is very deep.
When Paul was just passing the bar, or I think he was just passing the bar, Rick Posada, he was an A&R lecturer. He hooked me up with him, and Paul didn't really know the underground like that. So they was
You
like,
want to smoke, brother? Because just in case you ain't.
Nah, I think that's a sober chair right now. Relax, buddy.
so basically,
Just in case, man. You know this Eminem stairs is like Barbies. I'm just throwing it out there. They were the first Barbies. The stands? Oh, you don't want the stands in your comments. All right, now you better make sure everything you say is correct.
Nah, it's correct.
And respectful. All right, I'm just saying. All
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So bottom line, he ain't really know the underground dude, so he gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? I heard it. And, you know, the Detroit cats, they say things kind of like Miami. They say, finna, get stuck, stole. I never heard nobody that wasn't from Miami say any of that.
Is this true, Royce?
You finna get stuck, stolen and stuff, because I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, okay. I could tell he was white, just like from the tonality. But I was like, yo, this is dope. So
Wait, but this is you're hearing it from Paul showing it to you?
Yeah. And I was like, yo, if it's dope, I give it to everybody you need to get to. You know what I'm saying? So we took it to Stretch and Bob.
So how did you already have these connects though?
Oh, I just with my art, like I was just in New York, just
Because you know he did
running up on everybody.
I have the tape of Eminem with Stretch and Bob making prank calls. I actually have that tape.
No, but you know he did the artwork for Beats, Rhyme, and Life, Tribe Called Quest.
God damn it.
And he did M's first album, all the artwork inside.
God damn it. So how did you go from doing underground work with Scam to doing...
Well, he is Scam.
No. How did you go from getting to do the underground work with Scam to doing the artwork? This is what I'm saying.
No, we was hanging out. You know what I'm saying?
And you said, fuck it, I'm not gonna be an artist. I can actually design the album.
There was no separation between church and state for me. I'm art, music, I'm all that shit. Skateboarding.
And M was a skater. He's a skater.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a skater?
M is a skater. When M skate?
No, not me.
He just said M was a
Oh,
skater.
M was a skater. Oh, I thought, my bad. I thought he told me that.
But M did.
I'm thinking about Lupe Velasco, man.
Who's Lupe Velasco?
That nigga you thinking about.
Lupe Velasco?
Yeah, I don't know that nigga neither. I never heard Eminem.
I know Lupe Fiasco. He's down with Lupe Velasco?
A little bit.
But I'll tell you one thing. Me, him, and M was in Times Square arguing about whether Jay-Z was dope or not. So at the
What
time,
era of Jay-Z?
Oh, shit.
this was like
It's very important.
when he was still running college radio before, like
the
way in
first
my
album?
lifetime.
Who was running college radio?
Jay, like all the underground stations they used to play.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
I forgot.
You said it wrong,
Dead
but I
Presidents.
understand what you're saying.
Dead Presidents.
Right.
Like a little after that.
Can I get a light?
But they was like, I was like, whatever. But he checked me. And he
Royce
was like,
checked you.
Both of them, mainly him. He was just like, yo.
I see it in his face. He checked you. Definitely checked
He
you.
was like, but what do you know? What songs you know? And I was like, I don't need to know anything. I know the singles. He's like, you don't even listen to it. So after that, I made it a point to always listen to some shit before I talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It was from that. And that's just always been my philosophy ever since then. And a lot of times I had to come back and be like, oh, I see what they was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Reasonable Doubt was like a Bible, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like a Bible. I fought for that album in all barbershops.
But Royce, I want to get back to the most genuine hip hop question ever in hip hop because you said earlier you dodged the question.
Okay.
Hands down, if you had to pick one, unequivocally, it's not because it's your man, it's not because it's the guy you grew up with. If for the sake of hip hop, if you had to save hip hop, I had to say, who had the better verse?
Oh, I dodged the question?
Yeah.
He didn't, what, the Renegade joint?
Because I got one more for him, too. I just
think
want
he
you to
answered it.
I want you to
I think
answer
he
it
answered
again. I want you to reiterate your answer.
Okay. You want to
And I
double
got
down
one
on that
more.
answer?
Yeah, I got you here. Pass that over.
Man, look at this.
Renegade.
M1.
Renegade.
My
I
brother.
like
I'm a drink for myself.
I like M's verse better
Right.
because how he was rapping on it is what I just prefer.
Okay.
But you can't really say it's better than Ho's verse.
Because a lot of hood people relate to Ho's first more because what M was saying was super lyrical that it kind of went over a lot of people's head.
Yeah.
Okay. what was the better diss record? Nas, Ether, or Hove Takeover?
Oh, come on, man.
That's a loaded question, bro.
Don't be political,
I don't know
guys.
what that
Don't
means,
be political.
loaded.
Can I, as a DJ, answer
I
this?
don't know. Yeah, you better answer it right, because I'm from Queens.
What's a
Just throwing
better?
it out.
No, Nas.
Oh, okay.
I feel that.
Our relationship would change.
I feel that Ether was real.
Was that biased? That was biased?
Bro, let me tell you something, man. I had the longest argument in the studio with Jay Elec about this shit.
Jay
Electronica.
Yes.
Jay Electronica, let me just tell you something.
And we
love you. You are new Rakim. You are new Nas. Why are you dodging and dipping
We need you on Drink
to
Champs.
take place and put your crown on? We don't understand or we don't know that, but we want to encourage you wherever you at to put your motherfucking crown on and take fucking hip hop the way you're supposed to take hip hop, motherfucker. It's yours. Make some noise for that.
Yeah.
And that's a big brother talk right there. Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
Nah, it's all good. I agree. Listen. Ether won, right? So
Ether won.
Ether
W-O-N.
W-O-N.
Okay, yes.
Ether won.
Like
Not to be confused with O-N-E.
Like, what? Like as in past tense.
The
It's
song
already clear.
Ether won the battle. That was
Yeah.
the Napalm Bomb.
Right.
So that song has to get its respect as the best.
Wait, I feel like you're setting this up for the wrong way. Go ahead.
No.
Hey, listen,
Royce is
man.
very political and he's sober.
Listen,
Go ahead,
listen.
continue. He's
Now,
strategic.
we talking about the best record. Ether won.
Right.
Takeover, if we just analyzing songs, it had way more lines.
This is where we disagree.
I disagree as well.
This is where we disagree.
It's a great record, though. I'm not gonna lie. Takeover is a great record.
Nas had better execution and better timing, and those are two elements in battles that are so important that people overlook.
Right.
Me and you can
That's
be
the reason
battling.
why Super Ugly wasn't taken in because it wasn't
the wrong thing to say at that time.
Yes.
That's why when Murder Mook battles somebody, he wins sometimes, and it's not because he's being more lyrical, it's because he's saying the right shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
It ain't always
But
about
the
being the better.
production has something to do with it, too.
It ain't
on
always
Ether.
about being the better MC. A lot of people don't like the Ether beat. A lot of people don't like it.
I think the way that they paused it, like they did all the right,
I like it because
and it's on the record as
I
well.
like it because of what Nas did to it.
I like it because of what Nas did to it, and I like it because he also made jokes about it. Because battling shouldn't be that serious.
Yeah.
When he called him J.J. Evans, that shit was so.
He took it back.
It was snapping on and Hov took it so serious, and I hands down think Ether is better than Takeover, and I think it's better than Super Ugly. And I love Jay-Z, I love Rockefeller. They've been cutting me checks for over 20 years. I don't want to stop our relationship at all.
Yeah.
But I also have to be truthful, and I think that they respect my truthfulness.
Ether was more effective.
It was more effective, and if you don't remember, see, a lot of people wasn't really around that day, those days. But Nas was receiving blows from every single corner.
No, you can't forget that Nas was the underdog at that point as well.
I can't say the underdog. I gotta say that.
He wasn't at his top game at that point.
But let me finish. I gotta say that. To your acknowledgement, he was the underdog because Jay was right there trying to be right above him at that level.
I feel that Jay was.
He was not at that time.
I feel personally.
Let me tell you,
he tried to.
Let me tell you something.
This is all hip hop opinion. This is not
at that point in time.
Okay.
At that point in time, I was on Columbia with Nas. People were treating when his name came up, it was coming up in the context of like. He finished.
It's old.
So then that's what I'm saying. He was an underdog.
And Jay-Z was like running shit.
Yeah, that's the way.
Jay-Z was running shit, so it was like
that's the reason why he took the shot at him for Takeover.
When he was coming at him,
he felt that too.
When he was coming at Nas,
he was wrong.
Everybody was like, Nas is finished. Got Hov coming at him. Hov was bulletproof at that time.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why the record is so much better.
Here's the part that you forget is that when Takeover came out, Nas waited like 2-3 months.
Oh no, and people were dissing him for it.
And back then, you were supposed to respond immediately, just like how it is right now.
They didn't think he was gonna respond.
And Nas said
and they thought when he did it wasn't gonna be effective because it took so long.
Listen to me. I sat back and chilled, and then when Ether finally came out, it did the job, and it was the exact thing. Like when I seen Meek and Drake battling, and I heard Rick Ross say to Meek, "Yo, you don't have to respond immediately. Wait and take your time." And Meek still did what he did. I reminisced of that very moment of Nas just sitting back and he just not saying nothing. And he waited, and I heard the original Ether. I kid you not, I said this on the podcast
Not
before.
that came out, the version.
I heard the original.
Is it?
That one, I feel like he went too personal.
That was the angry version, right?
But was it good?
You heard about this.
Of
You
course.
heard about this.
Was it good? Was it good though?
It was good, but it was angry. So you can't really appreciate a lyricist being angry. Like a lyricist should never be angry. A lyricist knows that you got it. That's why your Funk Flex freestyle, you sitting there and you going like this and you laughing in between them bars.
Right,
you know what you're
there's
doing.
a confidence to the way you're doing it.
I like when I'm watching battles and the battler could provide like the comedy,
Exactly.
be conversational.
So that's what Nas...
Takeover was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a flow. Nas was just all in different pockets, conversational on Ether. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So is that your argument for Ether or for Takeover?
I think Ether was more effective.
Right.
Takeover was more like a record.
Right.
So
A
when
good
you say-
record.
Yeah, when
It
you
was a
say
good
when you-
record.
it's a great record.
It's very political the way he's answering.
It's just the truth.
No, it's a great record. It is a great record.
Takeover is going down. Takeover is a part of a classic album, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a classic song. That shit is going down in history forever.
No, but you got to pick one. You got to pick one.
No, I just told you, Ether is more effective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
if I'm
Ether,
putting on one or the other in my car, I'm probably gonna play Ether more.
Right.
If I'm listening to the Blueprint, might not go straight to Takeover. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a whole classic album. So
Right.
I pick Ether.
Yeah, I would pick Ether too. You should make some noise for picking Ether. And Ho was my man as well. And I
Not after this. You fucked up.
No, this is hip hop. Can you put that back in there, please, sir?
I definitely don't want to put
Come on. This is pure hip hop fan shit. And this is pure hip hop discussion shit. Like, a lot of us, like, the crazy thing is, everyone is mad at me because I don't say that M bodied J on Renegade.
He didn't body him.
Like I don't admit that. I don't say that. I don't feel
that
like
M didn't. What, say it again.
people feel like I should admit that Jay got bodied on
I see what you're
Renegade.
saying. Okay.
And I don't feel like that because and I just know that if I was to say, yo, I related to Jay-Z's verse a little bit more than M, it's because I would get a lot of hate.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing about it is, I was against the wall, awkward lefty, you know. The shit that he was saying, the shit that M was saying, I knew it was lyrical shit, but I actually didn't live that.
Right.
Me personally, I didn't live, you know, I didn't live what he was saying. But when Jay said, I box to the wall, box to lefty, but I realized if I was to ever say that publicly, I seem like a Jay-Z writer as opposed to, and I fucks with Eminem. I know his shit just as good as him. But this record, I feel like, this is what I say, and it makes me seem like a foul dude. Not a foul dude, it makes me seem like I don't want to keep it real. Is when I look at a masterpiece record, I don't care about who has the better verse.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
It's a masterpiece record.
Right.
So people ask me every day who had the better verse on Banned from TV. And you know what I really say in my heart? Banned from TV.
Had the best verse.
You can't
altogether.
play the masterpiece with one.
Because if you take one of them out and you say one of them is more important, then that record is
Or
not
if one of
a
them's whack,
classic
the
no
whole
more.
record's whack.
It's not a classic
Yeah.
no more.
Right.
If you ask the best of Who Shot You or The Firm or all these classic records with, you know, Symphony and all these classic records, let me not get into it, and you say who's got the best verse, you actually take away from the actual record.
Yeah, it's just fun to do as a fan. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get it.
You
I
hear all
get
these
it.
monsters on the same song. It's like that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna.
You
be
can
like,
have your favorite, but maybe
Yeah.
what you're saying is like the best or whatever. It's like it's all subjective at the end of the day.
I get it, but at the end of the day, you actually take away from the actual record. When you not say, because if you say, all right, cool, and you take that record away, is that record not still a classic?
No, absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a classic.
And that's the thing is, I started to realize that. I started to realize I was always a fan until I became a fan artist. Because as an artist, I still was a fan. I still like to listen to nigga shit. I don't give a fuck if I was platinum and you were fucking, you sold 3 records. If I was into your shit, I'm gonna dig your shit.
Right.
That's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I went a little crazy. A little bit. Yo, this is the first time we had green cups. This is St. Patrick's Day. Let's make some noise.
Mr. Lee got on St. Patrick's Day today.
So now, PRhyme, how the fuck did you and PRhyme even initially?
DJ motherfucking Premier the Legend.
DJ motherfucking Premier. So now how did you?
I mean, we ever since we did like the first shit when we did Boom way back in the day, it was like people was kind of like.
That's
them.
a classic record, by the way.
Thank you, man. People kind of like.
Now
them,
hold on. I gotta ask you, Royce. That was on your album?
Boom.
Yeah.
That was your beat, bro.
Word? This is freestyle?
Boom was your beat.
Damn, bro.
He don't even know what I'm saying.
No.
When I got to the studio when me and PRhyme was working, we were supposed to work.
Yeah.
He was making the Boom beat
For CNN?
for CNN.
Yeah.
Damn. I know this story. Continue. I didn't even know we were going there, but now it hurts even more.
You're a jerk, man.
Continue.
Yeah, so I get to the studio and he making the beat. So I'm like, damn. I'm happy. I'm like, this is the beat. I'm thinking the lines. I'm writing
He's
shit
like,
down. I'm jotting shit
nah.
down. He was like, nah, I'm making this for n.o.r.e and Capone and them. And I'm like, I'm looking around like, shit.
Right.
That's
Where
back in the
they
day
at?
when niggas
Yeah.
used to be at D&D.
Yeah,
Niggas
that's
used to
how
just
I
be
be.
up there.
That's
yeah.
how I be. Yeah.
I was looking around like, where they at? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, just so you know, please remember exactly where you was at. Yo, I hated Premier the first time I worked with this nigga,
Why?
yo. Because we paid him up front. We was just so much fans. They were like, yo, he wants his money up front. We was like, give it to him.
He's smart.
And then he just wouldn't just see us.
He's
and
smart.
then every day he would be like, yo, I'm working on a beat for you. And this is back in the days where you can't tweet it.
Yeah.
You can't
So you don't know if
Instagram
he's
it.
really working for you.
I thought he was getting me. I was like, yo.
Premier, brother.
Yo, my dude, but I'm just saying, he's from Brooklyn. You know, this is what they known
You
for.
guys in your Queens, Brooklyn shit.
Yeah, this is what they known for. So I'm like, oh, he might be getting me. And he would call me, like, I'll call you on Tuesday. He'll call me on Thursday. It just didn't seem right. So I actually came to the studio. I'm sorry, please don't.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I actually came to the studio. And this would hurt my feelings even more. Was I walked in the studio, he was like, and he's playing beats.
He gave you the ugly face?
He's not playing. He's not playing shit off a disc. He's actually making it live, and he's like this, and I went like this.
Yeah.
And then when I sat down, I didn't beep. The nigga said, and he erased the beat. And I wanted.
Oh, you
to
was liking the beat?
shoot him. Yo, I was like, yo, what did you just do? Yo, because the thing about me is, if I'm not bopping, it's because I'm writing.
Right.
Like, I'm writing in my head, but
Right.
don't get me wrong, I'm not a full potential 28 bar writing in my head, so I get 6 in my head.
Right.
I can be like this, boom, but I might get quiet on you. I might be like,
Right.
and the nigga looked at me and he said,
Just whack.
And he got my phone check. So I'm like, yo, hold up. And then he played another one. And then Capone did the same exact thing.
And he erased that one too?
Y'all some doofuses, bro.
I swear to God. And then it was the third one that he was like, boom. And he was like, yeah, I like this. And he was like, yo, boom. And by this time it's 4 o'clock in the morning. We're all beat. He's like, yo, tomorrow morning, y'all come in here. And we'll have it. And then that's tomorrow morning. He came in, and that's when he put in all the scratches.
Which record was
This is the Invincible.
Okay,
Untouchable.
that's an incredible.
Yeah. But That was the first producer.
He had y'all beat ready for y'all.
Listen,
so that was probably Tuesday.
Listen, I'm so happy that you told me this because listen, Premier's my brother, right?
Yeah.
Now. But that first week of our relationship, I thought he really tried me. Like I thought he really bullshitted me because, like we were going and he was just like, "It's not the night." And then I would see Biggie and Junior Mafia there, and I'm like, I'm sure it's not tonight, nigga. You know, this is Big becoming big, and then Jay. But I'm continuing. So you clinked.
Yeah, I mean that was basically it. I went in there. He said he was making the beat for y'all. So I had to.
I put PRhyme together. Just give me that props. Spread the rumor. N.o.r.e. We put them together. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Royce.
Yeah, I mean that's the day that we did Boom, and that was like one of the first things we did together. So it just so happened like when I kept doing albums, you know, we kept in touch, and we got cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't expect for us to get cool, so we had like a lasting relationship from whatever that was, 99, 2000, whatever it was. All the way up until now. So
and Premier's a real ass dude. Like once you have a relationship with him, you're good.
Yeah, I mean we it got to a point where we just friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he executive produced one of my albums before called Street Hop.
Oh wow!
So we worked pretty much in every capacity. You know, he did shit for Slaughterhouse. You know what I mean? So it was like this was like the obvious next step for me and him if we were gonna take the creativity any further. So my man Mike Haran had an idea.
Haitian Mike?
Yeah. Okay. So he had an idea to take for somebody who's like a master at chopping samples, having them pull music from one source and making an album like that. So the idea was initially for Slaughterhouse because Mike is an A&R over there, Shady. So that was the idea. We're going to use Adrian Young. This is when Hove had just came out of nowhere and used Adrian Young. And he was like popping. Remember when Timbaland did the Adrian Young sample beat for Hove's a Magna Carta?
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, cool. So we're going to do this. I thought the idea was crazy. I thought it was a great idea. So we bought it to Slaughterhouse. They wasn't really super excited about it, but you could tell they was willing to work and do it. We all got on the call with Adrian and shit. Adrian sent a couple ideas. I rapped right on the shit, sent it out to them, and they didn't move. When Crooked don't move immediately on something, because he do verses like that, you know what I'm saying? So if he ain't sending the verse immediately, I know, okay, they probably not that crazy about the idea. And how I work with Slaughterhouse is this. If everybody is crazy about the idea, whatever we about to do is going to be classic. Right. If everybody just showing up to work, you never know how it's going to turn out.
Right.
So I just felt like I didn't want to ruin the idea. I didn't want to twist their arms and kind of like force them to do some shit that they wasn't really that into because I'm the dude in the group who got the relationship with everybody. I can talk everybody in the group into doing whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to put them in that position. So I took the idea to PRhyme. What do you think about doing it? Because he was already open to do it for Slaughterhouse. What do you think about just me and you doing it? And he was like, all right. So it started out just as an idea, as an EP. And then we recorded like 4 songs. And Keno was like, man, we need more. You know what I'm saying?
Keno's that nigga. Go ahead, Keno.
He was like, we need more. So I talked PRhyme into doing a few more. And then eventually I got on the phone with him and was like, what if we just called ourselves something else besides just DJ Premier and Royce the 5'9"? So that's when I was like, why don't we call ourselves PRhyme? Let's make the P and R capital for PRhyme and Royce. And then PRhyme. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, all right, cool. And then from there, we just a group.
Okay. But then what happens is you guys come out with part 1. People hear it. Real hip hop's this.
Yeah.
Understand what's going on. A lot of people slept on it. But then you go upstairs to Funk Master Flex. Hot 97. And you demolish.
Thank you, man.
But you do it at such a comfortable level. It's like I can look at it and say, that's a real MC. Like a lot of people would be like, yo, you see what this dude did? But you was just like, you looking at, you just, the way you could just tell like you used to this, like this is what I do. And it made me actually like look at how many people started to respect you from that moment, as if you ain't been doing this for years. But there was so many people like, yo, did you see what Royce did? And I'm just like, damn. But how did you feel at that moment? Like,
I knew I wanted to do my best. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got to a point in my career, man, where I just started telling myself, like, I don't want to really do nothing else if I can't make an impact when I do it. So basically, what I'm telling myself is, do your best. With no matter what you do, just put your best foot forward. So when Flex hit me about coming up there, which everybody had pretty much been spamming him, saying, yo, you need to get Royce up there. After Tariq did what he did, after Black Thought did what he did up there,
he killed that shit.
It was like, it's not really too many other MCs you can call to go up there and do something even remotely close to the magnitude of what that man did. So he was just hitting me like, yo, you know it's time. And I just kept telling him, like, look, man, I'm going to come up there when the time is right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still working on I'm working on like a bunch of different things at the same time. I promise you, bro, as soon as I'm ready for rollout, I'm coming to see you. I promise you. And then, you know, when I finally got done with the albums and I had a little bit of breathing room and I had some time to like memorize a few things, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go do it.
What was it, like 10 minutes?
Something like that.
Mind you, the first PRhyme was successful. It was a successful album.
It's all independent.
I'm just saying it wasn't.
It was successful.
It wasn't like industry.
Don't be humble about it. Like
the thing about it was if I felt like, this is me personally, just looking from the outside in, was I felt like from that freestyle on, like it was like the industry went back and like rediscovered that particularly discography and was like, you know what? And then now PRhyme 1 is a classic. And now I'm just saying this is the way these fans are. They from Dickler.
Yeah, we you know we speaking.
Yeah, you know.
We speaking to a whole different demographic of people, like different. They're different now.
You're speaking to people that want beats and rhymes, and unfortunately, those people are not at the forefront. The forefront people want to do the nay.
Yeah.
They want to they want to do. Was that dance? I wish I could do that shit.
Whoever wants that dance, I want nothing to do that shit.
And they're like,
oh, you talking about
around? Yeah, I wish I could do. I can't do this shit, man.
Listen, whatever you did.
That's only reason I'm hating dance. I can't do it. I don't got no rhythm, man. I want more than that. I was fucking up the WAP back then. You know what I mean?
I'm not in.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a different generation, man. This is a different generation. But what do you love? All right, what do you love about the new generation? Like I heard you big up Big Sean. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, you being an older G from Detroit, and him being a younger G from Detroit. And I love what Big Sean is doing. Me and him had a little crazy shit, but it was, you know, I'm done. We're done. We saw each other. But I like the fact that you co-signed your younger generation. Why isn't that more of that happening in hip hop, where people just see their younger G's and say, you know what, I'm a big that up.
Me personally, man, I learned how important it is to get support from your peers. You know, like this, the few people that supported me when I was young. Like the way it affected me, it spoke abundantly to me. Like Bun B did that. He called me out of nowhere. Never met him before. It was way back in the day. I was like releasing freestyles and shit online, and it was kind of like tearing shit up. You know what I'm saying? And he called me. Mr. Porter hit me and was like, yo, Bun B is looking for you. So I'm like, oh shit. So I get on the phone with Bun, and Bun is basically like, look, I don't want nothing. I'll just call him to let you know that you're doing good out there. So whatever you're doing, just keep doing that, and you're gonna be all right.
That's Bun B right there, man.
He said if you ever need anything from me, this is my number, and I just want you to know that I support you, and I want you to keep doing what you're doing. And that shit, like, yo, I took a page from his book and was like, yo, this is how I want to be.
Yeah.
So when I start getting a little bit up there in age, and the younger artists, I want to be viewed by them as that. I don't want to be this looked at as this old bitter guy who got a problem with not being able to have a limelight all the time. Can't let go of what he used to be or what his capabilities could have been. You know what I'm saying? like I'm really happy with my journey, and I want the way that I move and my energy to reflect that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's a beautiful way.
When I was talking to Bun, I felt like I was talking to a nigga who's comfortable in his skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what success is to me. You know what I'm saying?
So that's why you showed Big Sean.
That's one of the reasons. And then, you know, like Detroit we always lack unity. You know what I mean? So everything that happened. Yeah, everything that happened with me and D12 and shit like that, and how it affected me and M's personal relationship, and how it affected our success and the way we were viewed, I feel like every generation that came after us needs to look at us. What came out of it? Look at us. What can you learn from it? How can we make the city better? How can we do better as a city? And how can you do better as an artist when your city is in the know as well? Like when your city knows how to do better, you'll do better. You know what I mean? So we got to support each other. You know what I mean? Like that's it's part of it. And you look at like the way Miami, you know, when Miami came together and they, you know, Khaled had everybody on records at the same time, and he was pushing unity and shit like that, and how much it helped the culture, how much it helped Miami as a city.
And Dage Low, she from
Detroit, yeah.
Yeah, she from Detroit too.
Yeah.
So what happened? Because recently I seen that the city of Detroit gave Cardi B the Detroit Citizen of the Year award or something. What was it?
They gave her
Citizen of the Year?
They gave her like some shit like that.
They gave her
Look, I'm on point.
They gave her what the fuck is that?
You know I'm on point, Royce, right?
Yeah,
Like, you know I know what I'm talking about. Look at this. Look.
I can't remember the name of the award.
It was like
I don't think it's Citizen of the Year. That doesn't make sense.
It was like the Detroit award.
Yeah, it's like an award.
It was a Detroit award. Like if you ain't from Detroit, you shouldn't win this.
Spirit of Detroit award.
Spirit of fucking see?
That's damn near the same thing.
Yeah, you gotta be from the motherfucking city to win this shit.
But she's not.
And I love. Let me just throw this out there. I love Cardi B. Cardi B is my sister.
And congratulations to her.
Congratulations on her fucking album. God damn it. If you look at Cardi B's first time she was ever on screen, you can look at the Tal Dow video. If you're on Revolt TV right now, we will be playing a clip of the Tal Dow video featuring n.o.r.e, featuring French Montana, and Pusha T, and 2 Chainz. And Cardi B is actually in my video. The first time you ever see it. So I love the shit out of her. So this is not what I'm saying. But Cardi B did get the actual
Spirit of
Detroit Awards. And what happened was the city of Detroit erupted. They really didn't like that. And as much of a supporter I am of Cardi B, and as much as I love her, I felt like
you understood it?
Detroit, I did understood it because Detroit, let's just be clear, it should have went to a person from Detroit if it's Detroit spirit.
Yeah, it's the mind frame. It's the mind frame of the people in Detroit, like some of the people in Detroit, that has to change before we could like really get to where we need to be as a city. Not individually. You know, I'm going to always achieve whatever I'm going to achieve as Royce. You know what I mean? But just us as a city, you know, we got the whole Detroit versus everybody movement. And like I was saying on that clip that I put on my Instagram, until everybody is in the right mind frame, those are just letters on a shirt. It don't really mean nothing if we not kind of like standing by it. Like if you want to just look at it for what it is, none of these awards really mean anything. You know what I mean? So it's like you giving it to Cardi B. I'm sure there's people in Detroit who are deserving of it. And it can somehow help boost their confidence into doing something else.
The morale of the whole city.
The morale. Morale is the perfect word.
Right.
The morale is low in Detroit. That's what we're missing. So little things like that, looking out for our own first, like other cities do, looking out for our own first will help boost the morale, and that'll help get us where we need to be.
But see, I understood why they gave it an award, because what they're trying to say is just coming from nothing and making something out of it. But I also understood you guys' stance when you was like, yo, you know, because you guys didn't hate on her.
The title of the award.
No, these guys didn't hate on her.
You can't
It was no one from Detroit that was like, fuck Cardi B for that. They didn't say that. But they were just like, you know what? This award should have stayed in Detroit.
Yeah,
it should have stayed.
It's the spirit of Detroit. That's what the title of the award is?
Let her own city let her own city. She deserves to be the spirit of New York. Let New York give her
That's
an
what I'm
award.
saying. Like, it's a title that doesn't make really sense.
Now, Royce, what kind of watch is that, Royce? I've been
This
trying
is just
to
a
watch
G-Shock watch, man.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought that was a Hublot because
Nah.
Because that's a Gucci jacket. That's correct.
You guys are talking mad rich shit right now, bro.
Yeah, this is.
Come
You're
on,
very
guys.
rich over
Come
there,
on,
Royce.
guys.
You're very rich over there.
Thank you,
right?
man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest. I admire America, bro. You got the Porsche. You was like the first nigga that had the Panamera. I'm gonna be honest.
Nah, I was the first nigga with the C7 Vet. See, I got
I don't even know what that is.
Corvette.
Oh, Corvette. Okay. All right.
C7 when they first changed the body type.
Okay.
So I got mine and
You know, that's a white boy car. I'm just throwing it out there.
not in Detroit.
Nah, relax,
Not in
bro.
Detroit. Oh, word?
Not in Miami.
Detroit.
Either. Not in
Oh,
Miami.
yeah.
Latinos, we had Corvettes in Miami.
I'm from New York. So
Not in
sorry.
Detroit.
Cocaine Cowboy days.
Okay, so all right, cool. So all right,
Because I'm from Detroit, this is one time where being from Detroit worked in my favor.
okay.
One time. So since we don't have a lot of celebrities in Detroit, we got this list that you can get on. So this dude that owns this Ferrari dealership, who I'm cool with, he got me on this list where he was like, if you was on this list in Cali, you would be on the list with like Robert De Niro and niggas like that. So I got like the 5th Corvette off the assembly line. So I was like the first. I had it before anybody could even lease it.
God damn.
I was the first one. Just like how you say with these glasses. I was driving it because I
Yeah,
had
you
rims
killed
on
that.
it before anybody even seen it. So I was driving and people thought it was a Ferrari. They was pulling up next to me like, yo, what the fuck is that? It's a Corvette. It's called a C7. So I just think everybody should know that. I was the first
Now, you
one.
killed that. I'm going to my Cartier dealer tomorrow. I'm be like, yo, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, the C7.
Oh shit, DC Twin in the building.
Just make some noise with DC Twin. Come on here. So, Royce,
Yes, sir.
hip hop. It started out in the pub. You've seen every fucking shape of hip hop. You've seen it. You've seen from where it is now. You've seen from where it's going. What's your favorite part of hip hop?
My favorite part of it?
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Anything.
You mean when you break down like rapping, graffiti, breakdance, shit like that?
It don't even matter. Like,
Yeah, I think bars is always gonna be my favorite. No matter what my age is, I never grow out of dope bars. Bars are like that's like my favorite component. That's why, like, to me, bars is like technique. It's what you're saying, but it's also the technique, it's the flows. That's why I prefer M's Renegade verse over Hov's. I relate to Hov's more.
Right.
But just from a technical MC
Technique.
standpoint, I prefer M's just
flow.
because how I fell in love with hip hop, like I fell in love with the cadences and the technique. Somebody come with a new voice, like when Snoop came out with that fucking voice, doggy style. I mean, shit, he changed. That
And
changed
Deep Cover,
everything
when
for
he
me.
did Deep Cover, he
oh my
killed
god,
it. Yeah.
come on, man.
You was like, we were all like,
Yeah,
what the
it's
fuck
his
is this?
voice, yeah.
It was something brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite aspect of it, like something new with styles. Drake is real dope with that, man. Like coming with like new flows and shit.
I think,
Get you kind of back excited about
I
techniques.
wasn't
and shit
originally
like
a Drake fan, but I'm gonna have to stand up and say
no,
Drake
I'm
kills
a
it.
Drake fan.
that.
Drake
That
is
nigga's
an
that nigga's
MC,
a monster.
and
he's a monster.
he's something else beyond an MC after that. Like he definitely could spit, and he could make songs altogether. You know what I'm saying?
So, Roy, the greatest boxer of all times.
I'm gonna go with Sugar Ray Robinson without even thinking. Sugar Ray Robinson. He
Disagree.
killed the man in the ring. Who you got?
He killed somebody in the ring.
Yeah.
See, and I'm disagreeing with you not because I think you're wrong. I'm disagreeing with you because I just want to base the greatest boxer of all time off of all the fights that I've seen with my own eyes.
Okay.
So this is the reason why I don't pick Ali. I pick Floyd Mayweather,
That's the greatest of all time?
in my opinion.
Okay.
Because I seen all his fights.
Yeah.
Like all of Ali's fights, I probably seen them. But I wasn't alive to see some
You
of
didn't
them.
live through those moments.
I didn't live, so
I
I
feel you.
can't feel what like I lived through all the Tyson's moments, but I also lived through all of Tyson's
Right.
his downfalls.
Downfalls, yeah.
So I can't technically root for him. I love him, but Floyd, I felt like I grew up with him. We went through puberty together.
Awkward.
And then we actually was grown people together, and he hasn't disappointed me. I do not want him to go to have one fight in the UFC.
You and me both.
I do not.
You and me both. If that nigga do that, I might cry.
Listen to me. I do not. Do not.
I don't think he's gonna do it.
What? I do not.
Say it one more time.
He might be.
Do not. One more, 7. Do not. Want Floyd
He might be trolling.
Mayweather to ever fight UFC.
That nigga might be trolling, man.
We won. We're from the boxing community. They came into our world one time. We won. Let's get our one and done, and that's it. Like I used to play handball. I beat you in handball once, and that's it, nigga. Whatever. That's it. You don't get a rematch. I got a gun. What are you gonna do from here?
They gonna try and hurt that boy over there if you go over.
I'm trying to tell you because it's not gonna be McGregor because McGregor is a thug now.
Mm-hmm.
He threw shit at these other people, so it's not gonna be McGregor. It's gonna be some other nigga that's focused, that don't want pussy,
Right.
and that's gonna go in the ring and gonna kick the shit out my nigga.
Trying to kill him.
And I don't want that.
That's an L for boxing, man. We can't take that L.
We can't take that L.
Mm-hmm.
So me and you are agreeing.
Oh, we agree.
But your greatest of all time is Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
I mean,
okay.
Boxing, it's a lot like hip hop, man. That shit got to be broken.
You know why it's a lot like
ass.
hip hop? Because you have mad people hype you up, but when you actually go on that booth, it's only you that really matters.
Yep.
It's only you. Okay, Joshua or Wilder?
Man, easily I'm picking Wilder.
Damn.
Easy work.
I knew me and you get along.
Easy work. That's easy work. Anthony Joshua.
It's not easy work though.
That's easy work.
No, I can't say that's easy work.
Easy work.
Joshua is hitting hard out here.
No, listen. This ain't no knock on Joshua's punching power, bro.
Please.
Deontay Wilder got a
he's
different,
that guy.
He got a different kind of. He make a.
You gotta take another piss of your friend.
He make a lot of mistakes, but so do Anthony Joshua. They both make a lot of technical boxer mistakes, but Deontay got a fire in him.
Okay, what was the last fight Wilder had?
He just fought Luis Ortiz.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you see, there was a couple of mistakes that Wilder made.
Luis Ortiz is a better boxer. He's a better boxer.
Oh, but the mistakes that Wilder made, could it be detrimental to Joshua? Because Joshua's very technical, Royce.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it real. Like he's not Ortiz. Like if he would have made those mistakes with Joshua, it might have cost him. I'm just keeping it real. Like
Deontay want to win, man. He got it.
No, I agree. Listen. At the end of the day, I'm with Deontay.
Yeah, they make it.
That's
the state that the heavyweight division is in, it makes you focus on what I'm saying.
All right.
Like they both make mistakes. It's not gonna come down to who the better boxer. It's gonna come down to who land first.
Who got the better
who
punch.
won it more.
Right.
Deontay got a right hand that we have not seen in boxing probably since Tommy Hearns.
Right.
And they in the heavyweight division.
And this is the UK's first actual champion, and his first actual black champion.
My nigga,
they get champagne.
There's something about
they are 80,000 deep at his fucking.
They can't
fights.
fight for him.
But Royce, let's just be clear. That's something that's crazy because Joshua can actually say, "I'll fight you," but in London.
He'll beat him in London.
But what I'm trying to say is, we don't actually know that feeling when everybody's coming out booing you.
Yeah.
How to perform in that. I mean, as artists, unless we have real beef with somebody, like you can't go to Poland and the whole Poland boo you.
Yeah, nah, he got to follow him.
If this fight happens, and I'm just talking about because Wilder is young still.
Yeah.
Let's just be clear.
Yeah.
Like, how old are you? You don't have to answer it if you want.
I'm 40.
I'm 42.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 42.
I know what you're saying.
I'm 40. I'm 40. So sorry. But what I'm saying is, as a person that's 27, I'm not saying that they're 27. I don't even know their age. But we all think we're mature. You don't really mature until 35.
Yeah.
35 is after that, you're like, man, fuck everything. I'm gonna go to Costco's today. This is after 35. You actually have to hit that 35 pyramid. Anybody here 35? It looks like, yeah, okay, all right. You're not 30, all right, good. Look, you're not in Costco's days, all right? So when you at 35, you're in Costco. But what I'm trying to say is, I think that Josh.
He's 32.
Who?
Beyonce Wilder.
Beyonce 32?
Yep. He was born October 22nd, 1985.
I gotta take my story back there. I don't understand what I was trying to go with it. I thought he was 25. I thought he was 18. He's not. He's on the team. And then what's Anthony Joshua? Go ahead. Google that now. You
might
the
be younger
Googler.
Joshua only like 20 and 0, right?
Say Anthony what?
Anthony Joshua.
He like
the
20
UK
and 0.
nigga.
These niggas brought back
Yeah.
the team in the heavyweight. That's a fact.
Yeah, no, he a beast. Anthony Joshua a beast, man. Please don't think that I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But Deontay just, I think
Because he just recently won. He just recently won a fight, Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
But I didn't even watch that fight because I knew he was gonna win it. You pass it to me, sir. I knew he was gonna win it. Did you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So it's the fight. We
talking about the Joseph Parker fight?
Anthony Joshua.
He 28, right? Okay.
Oh yeah, they ain't that far apart. Oh, I thought they was much
He was
younger.
born October 15th, and the other niggas October 22nd.
I thought they was much younger. October 15th.
4 years apart.
4 years apart. So now we going with
Wilder, bro.
against the Joshua.
Of course. I
Okay.
think he gonna stop him.
Canelo just got caught. What did he get caught for, Royce?
He was taking some shit called clenbuterol.
It disappoints me, Royce.
Yeah.
Am I the only? Come on, we boxing fans. I look at your Twitter feed, and this how I know you're a real boxing nigga. I just look at your Twitter feed. I'm like, this nigga is saying everything. I know. Are you not disappointed of Canelo?
Yeah,
What the
I'm
fuck he
disappointed.
got caught with?
Some shit called clenbuterol.
It's like a steroid?
I don't even want to try to
yeah.
repeat what that's called.
Yeah, it's some kind of steroid. I don't know exactly what it does, but
Twice.
yeah, man, I was disappointed.
He got caught with it twice.
It fucked the fight up. They not fighting now.
Fuck.
They just canceled it,
Fuck.
and he's suspended. Canelo like one of my favorite fighters too. So
Canelo, my nigga.
yeah,
Cinnamon. How you say cinnamon? How you say it in Spanish? Canela.
You called him cinnamon?
That's what this nigga got cinnamon
Weird,
in.
buddy.
Yo, how disappointed was you?
I'm disappointed. I mean, that's like one of the only fights that I really want to.
Gennady Golovkin.
Besides, like Spence versus Crawford. You got Spence versus Crawford.
Oh, you talking about
Earl Spence.
Earl Spence.
Earl Spence versus
Who's,
Terrence Crawford.
in my opinion, the new Mayweather. Mm-hmm. He's the Mayweather that don't play around.
Well, I think Terrence Crawford is the new Mayweather.
I think Terrence Crawford is a beast.
What about Javante Davis?
He a beast too. That's my guy.
That's
Javante, my
I
guy.
believe you as well.
He
my
ain't.
favorite boxer.
But so you tell Terrence Crawford is fighting who?
Well, I'm saying not. I'm just talking about the
Earl Spence?
No. I'm sorry. I don't want people to think that. Nah, that's not happening yet.
Okay.
But like when you look at every division, you see what the super fight of that
Yes,
division
I
is
understand.
supposed to be.
Yes.
So sometime in the future, that fight is gonna have to happen. They can't avoid each other.
Yeah.
Because they movements are too powerful. They running through everything moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the same with Canelo, Triple G, Wilder, Joshua. Those are like everything that's happening in these divisions are leading up to these fights. So, and especially with how good the Canelo versus Triple G first fight was, it's like, yo, bro, you just fucked up the opportunity for another.
But
mega.
who did you think won that fight? In your opinion, how did
I gave
you
it
score
to I gave it to Triple G.
I gave it to Triple G.
I gave it.
I gave it to Triple G.
I'm not. I was rooting for Canelo though. I think if they fight
Was
again,
not room for nobody.
if they fight again, Canelo gonna stop him. He gonna stop him.
Is Dream
Triple
Jet
G?
Sports here?
He gonna stop
Is
Triple
it
G.
here?
If they fight again.
I'm not sure on that. I think, and then now that, so now, are you familiar with the steroid that they saying that they caught him with?
I heard of it before. I'm not familiar with it.
Because of meat contamination in Mexico.
Because of weed?
Meat.
No, because they do put steroids in the meat, so
Meat
that's a valid
contamination in Mexico
argument.
is what they're saying.
Yeah, that's his
That's what
excuse.
And they got caught. He got caught with it twice though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he eats a lot of
He's
meat.
not the only Mexican fighter.
He eats a lot of meat. Is that what you're gonna say? Yeah, man, come on. It's
Hey,
okay.
it's not my
Don't worry.
role.
This is a pause-friendly podcast. Come on. You can say it. Yeah.
No pause in this.
No, I just really want to know because I don't want to. It's like when somebody calls somebody a snitch. People call people a snitch, and they don't have no fucking, Like back in the days, you can't call nobody a snitch. You gotta have the paperwork.
Right,
you have to show these people this is what he snitched. This is on the day he snitched. This is the officer he snitched to. But nowadays, anybody would say anybody's a snitch, and everybody has a look on it.
Right.
So when you say that, I need to have the actual information.
Proof, for sure.
Understand?
Because I said he eats a lot of meat.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you in particular. I'm saying to the people, like, if Canelo is that, show me what it is. Obviously, it has to be something real because they saying this is the second time they caught him with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's from what I hear, like just looking at interviews from guys like Freddie Roach and shit, they basically saying that that's always their excuse. Like the Mexican fighters and shit like that, when they get caught doing something, they got their excuse ready already. So I don't know if he really was doing it or not. I just know his shit don't look good. He's suspended.
Like
the fight not happening.
What happened with the guy who had the shit and the dude died?
That was you talking
Pryor?
About they did like a Aaron Pryor. Yeah, they say he was. But you talking about when he fought Alexis Arguello? He didn't
Alexis
die.
Arguello. Yep.
Yeah, he didn't die though. He didn't die.
You're right. I'm mixing his two stories.
He beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of him.
He beat the shit out of him.
And he had the shit on his shit.
They was accusing him of taking something. They were saying it was something.
Mm-hmm.
They caught some audio from
the actual audio says,
"Give me the
take this bottle.
Give me the other bottle. Give me the other bottle."
This nigga's a real boxer.
Yeah, they gave him that bottle. He drank out of that bottle because he just came out the round and he was tired. But then when he gave him the special bottle, he came out and had a new energy, and he just came out and just.
So what that bottle have?
We don't know. We don't know to this day.
No one
bro.
knows. No one knows.
It's like the Ali Phantom
Oh, you
Punch.
know you're reading this shit?
Clenbuterol is a powerful stimulant that increases metabolism rate, fat burning.
Clenbuterol?
Furthermore, also binds to muscle cells and stimulates muscle protein synthesis, which is why it also helps you preserve muscle while cutting.
Sounds like a great energy drink. Not to be confused with Monster Energy, of course.
Sounds fantastically horrible. So, the boxing generation.
Yeah.
Where do you see it going from there?
First of all, I think boxing is in a fucking great place right now. Like I said,
first off, I just want you to cut you off, and we have a podcast called the Drink Champs Network, and we would like you to be our boxing podcast.
Okay.
Like for real, we want you to be, the guy that follows the fights. So, I'm just saying, like I
watch all of them.
And that's so dope because the thing about it is you're a legend. So you're a legend in hip hop.
Appreciate it.
So everybody can like actually sit back and say, you know what? I mean, that's what I did because I looked, and my father's a boxer, so that's the reason why I'm so much into it. And the way you talking like me, I'm like, I think I know more than everybody. It's just me. It's just who I am. And I think I talk more than everybody, or I know more than everybody, and then this nigga's talking like me. I'm like, oh, he's dangerous. I'm seeing somebody who's me, like who's me, who's not me. So instead of trying to compete with you, I immediately want to get down with you because that's something that hip hop. That's what we have to do. The thing is, we have to start doing other hustles. And right there, I can see you going to each and every boxing match, regardless if it's in Barclays, if it's in such and such, and you just covering the boxing match on some hip hop shit. You don't gotta be in a world. You don't gotta be in a world and doing like you being you the fuck. Listen, nigga, shit went down. Listen, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta. We ain't gotta fuck with them. Like we just you be the behind the scenes, the boxing nigga of our fucking generation pointing to us. They don't even gotta fuck with us. Like the boxing generation, as long as hip hop fuck with us, that's it. Like I watch Bill Moore. I don't fuck with news.
Right.
But I watch Bill Moore. I don't fuck with news. I don't turn him off and go to CBS or CNN.
He make it fun to follow politics.
Or Fox and see if what he just said was the truth. No. I just fuck with his facts.
Right.
Whatever his facts is, I'm fucking with that.
Right.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry.
That's part of the problem.
Definitely is. Well, fuck it. Let's create the solution. Let's create the solution.
Yo, this nigga's doing this, throwing punches in the bathroom. And that's like, you know, that's Macho Camacho, right? I'm like,
In the bathroom where?
Ooh.
IHOP.
And I
I'm sorry, Royce.
sorry.
It happens. Straight chest. It happens. This nigga talk about his pop shadow boxing at IHOP.
No,
I have no idea how this
He said Macho Camacho.
He said
Camacho. Okay,
He said, Poppy, you want to see no more? I'm like, yeah, sure. T, I'm just trying to get out the bathroom, but this nigga's like, Poppy, you want me to show you something? I'm like, yeah. He's like, cool. I'm just scared to get to my table and something like that. This nigga's fucking blocking me from the door. He's fucking throwing punches. And so when I go to my dad, I'm like, yo, he's throwing out throw punches and shit. He got with a ponytail. He's mad weird. And my dad's like, that's Macho Camacho. I'm like, what? Who the fuck is that? And that was a Puerto Rican boxer. And then he went up to him, he took pictures, and he came and sat with us, man. Rest in peace. Macho Camacho, man. He came and
Just
sat
so you know, that's what all real boxers do.
crazy.
At some point, they'll be hanging out with you, they'll be chilling, and they'll just get up and just shadow box. You be like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? I kid you not. Listen, I'm a real boxing fan. I hung out with everybody from the niggas that's here to the niggas that's there. And they all just at one point, they just be like,
So you throw the combination?
yeah, they just be walking somewhere. They walking to the back. You're like, yo, nigga, you alright? I swear to God, that's not abnormal at all.
But like, you as a rapper, sometimes you don't you do a rhyme like.
No. But niggas, but people, let me just tell you something. People who write rhymes in their head, they are a little bit more crazier than most. And I don't mean crazier like, what I mean is...
When you say writing rhymes in your head, you talking about like
right
Big
rhyme,
and J?
right, listen, Big, J, like, they're a little bit more, like, and for lack of a better word, I'm gonna say weirder. Because writing rhymes, usually, you're supposed to say, boom, remember that line and jot it down. But when you supersede that smartness, you also supersede that weirdness. Where it's like kinda, because just think about it. Even when you write the rhyme, you're looking weird as fuck. Cause you can't even communicate with somebody while you're doing it.
Yeah, you can't.
Like somebody say what's up,
yeah, you're in the zone. You're in the zone.
You don't want to lose it. Yeah, you don't want to lose
that.
it.
You're like,
Yeah.
and you're like that. And they be like, yo, you want me to roll?
You're talking to yourself. You're actually talking to yourself.
So you just weird as hell. As opposed to when you put it on paper, you put it on your phone. I can write a line and be like, yo, so you can
multitask.
Yeah. I want cheese on that.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
No, I would like blue cheese. Okay, boom. All right, cool. And you keep it going. But when you write it in your head, you gotta block out everything. You gotta block out. Because if anybody say anything, you're gonna forget that you said the Dutch Master Blue.
Right.
Rhyme with section 2. What you gonna do? A body with who? You're gonna forget all that.
All right.
So you have to just stay there and you gotta stay focused. But then you're not writing it down, so you have to stay focused to you. It's a weird thing. The weird part. I salute everybody who can do it. I salute everybody who does do it.
I had to do that. I had to do that shit when I...
You had to start learning how to write your rhymes?
Nah, when I first got sober, when I first started writing again sober, because it had been so many years, I couldn't write nothing down.
We want to hear the sober story.
Yeah, we need to talk about that journey.
Yeah, that shit was almost 6 years ago, and it was like...
What
Am I
got you to
correct?
that point?
You have on Muslim oil right now, right? You have on oils.
Muslim oils?
Yeah, that's Muslim oil, brother. That's like Egyptian musk.
Egyptian musk?
It's like baby powder.
Eclipse oils?
Yeah, something like that. I'm old school Muslim oil nigga. But is that? Am I correct or no? I'm bugging?
It's something similar.
Something similar. Okay. All right, keep it going. So you first started.
I mean,
right?
when I got sober, it was like I had to teach myself, not teach myself, but get myself back accustomed to writing and doing shit without drinking.
But can you tell us how you got to the place to become sober?
Oh shit! I mean, I just was making everything that was wrong, every single thing that was wrong in my life. The path from that led to liquor, everything. It just affected my decision making across the board. You know what I'm saying? Like all my decisions, like the people I chose to be around.
Right. Nigga pointed at me. That was fucked up.
Nah, because I know.
Because he knows you're a drink champ. It's horrible.
That was fucked up. You could have pointed to him.
I know you can attest to that.
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
Plus, I didn't have nobody sitting on the side.
It's a joke.
So
but
the people I chose
to point to me, though, bro.
Surround myself.
I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, so the people I chose to surround myself with, the chicks I chose to surround myself with, you know what I'm saying? It was just, everything was bad. Like the last thing, did you see the media takeout shit when the chick exposed me on media takeout?
Damn, you gonna remind me to remember this because I know I saw it.
Yeah. But, so that shit happened. It was just too much shit happening.
What happened? What happened?
Yeah, come on, Royce.
I was having a threesome with these girls, right?
Goddamn.
On media takeout?
Royce living his life. Living his life.
Let's not get sober then if that's no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'm drunk as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm fucking the one girl and then the other girl is recording me. But I don't know.
Right.
And then like I'm asleep. I'm passed out on the couch and she taking pictures of me while I'm asleep. You know what I'm saying? So time went by. I think she was mad at me because I wasn't like answering the phone or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But she ended up, I don't know if she sold them or whatever. She gave the pictures and shit to media takeout. So I get a call from my side chick. Mad. Cursing me out because I'm on media takeout. My wife don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I got my side chick mad at me for some shit that I did. And then I got to be the one to tell my wife.
Wow.
And then I got into so much shit, got caught doing so much shit for my wife. My wife wasn't even as mad as my side chick. Like everything was just off. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I was like, I gotta make some changes, man. And then it was just like, my marriage was ruined, was getting ruined. I was at a financial high in life, but I was just at an all-time.
Yeah.
Morally, I was underground. I was buried. You know what I'm saying? No more morals, no more integrity as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at the word loyalty, and it's like people break that word down, and they turn it into so many different parts. Like it ain't just one word. Like would you ever fuck your man's girl?
Nope.
No, you wouldn't even think about it. Not at your drunkest, but you'll cheat on your wife in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
which is horrible.
Which is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
just don't get married. You know what I'm saying?
The way you just threw me out there, I feel like you set me up. I'm sorry.
Listen, my nigga.
Okay. No. He's
my karma is instant too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's instant.
Were you able to salvage the marriage?
Yep. Okay.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yep. So I mean, shit. I woke up one day in the hotel room and I was just like, it's time to stop. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like.
And this is after Marshall had already became sober, correct?
Yeah, he was years in.
Because you and him used to get drunk together, correct?
Yeah, he never.
But he did drugs too.
He wasn't never really a drinker like that. But
he was
popping
pills and shit.
A pill popping animal.
We got drunk together, plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. All my friends was pretty much my drinking buddies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. That's pretty much what my life was. But the only difference is I'm an addict. Like, I'm wired like an addict. So, when we sitting around having fun, y'all niggas is drinking and having fun. When the Drink Champs interview is over and you go home and chill, I'm still up drinking. I can't stop.
Damn, that's me right now, right?
I think that's... Damn, right? Now, we're on borderline. We borderline have to go to AA, bro.
No, but we balance it. We do work out.
We do. No, we take days out of drinking.
And we take days
we
out
say
of
we cannot because we're fucked up.
I kid you not. But in your baby shower, you got a baby shower coming.
Why you gotta put my baby shower?
I want to put your business on the street. I want to put your business on the streets. I finally found out that my partner Dick worked. I know he been raw in business for 20 years. He said, and I was like, this nigga shit ain't working. Because I got 11 pregnancies.
He said this is a pause-friendly show. So.
Yeah, I said yes, you're absolutely right. You did.
So
I still don't appreciate it.
But I'm glad to know that your shit is working. glad to know you got a baby on the way. I'm about to reveal the gender. I won't do that.
Nah, and the baby shower's private too.
And the baby shower's private too. I won't say where it is. On 86
you
Street.
say where it's at. It's private.
I just
Everybody gonna crash
but Royce, so hip hop, man. Mm-hmm. Did you think that hip hop would be where it's at? And what I'm saying is because listening to you, I imagine you come from the same place of hip hop, where we at, where you had to have lyrics. That was the first thing of your outfit. Like before you cared about having on Adidas, before you cared about having on Nikes, at least you had your lyrics straight.
Yeah.
Then you were worried about your outfit. Right now, people worry about their outfit, they worry about their jerk, they worry about everything else but their lyrics.
The lyrics is last right now, I think. Unfortunately.
Can you stand this era of hip hop? I choose to deal with it. It's me.
Yeah, I choose to deal with it too. I don't think all of it is for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I'm real, like, I'm good at being okay with shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I realize if it's not for me, it ain't up to me to get all upset. It's up to me to just find the shit that I like to listen to and just to listen to that shit.
God damn it.
You know what I'm saying?
Some
like,
older nigga shit
That's
right
the luxury where we're at today, though. We could find whatever we want.
Yeah.
There's everything
like
for everybody.
EFN, he's a DJ. He should be DJing every party. I think he's that stubborn that he don't want to DJ the new nigga shit.
because you don't want to hear.
This is my opinion.
Remember
it's my personal opinion.
Remember going back to what we was talking
I
about?
could be wrong. But listen. We have one of the most hottest shows in the world. They want him to DJ everywhere. You know what he wants to say? Fuck them niggas. I don't want to play these new niggas shit. I want to play old school shit.
He too busy making babies, man.
God damn it! Thank you, Royce. It ain't even me. That's him. That's the exact answer I would have said, but it came from him. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad. Continue, Royce. Keep talking your shit.
See, so like we was talking about earlier, motherfuckers get used to shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, lyricism was so important for so long. We just got used to it. In order for hip hop to evolve, people had to open up new doors. You know, so it's a little hard for us to accept that lyricism isn't in the forefront in terms of liking music, but it's also, you know, it's making us mature as listeners too.
But it's still there because the difference between now and before is that it's not, like you said, it's not in the forefront. But there's still lyricists. There's young cats that are still pushing lyrical ability. There's still, like,
and
here in Miami, we got Denzel Curry.
Yeah.
We got Kendrick. He might be not the youngest cat, but he's in that young generation still. And to me, he's like one of the illest I've ever seen in my lifetime.
The people who are truly on top and have had the best careers from this generation, you know, like Kendrick, Cole, guys like that, they're the lyricists.
Right, but listen.
They lyricists.
But you when you get in the gym and you get in there because we were all overweight, all of us, right, at one point. And then we got in the gym, we got our shit together. But when you're in the gym, you can't front. You do not turn off Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang.
He says you do not or you do?
I do not. I leave it on. When it comes on my iPad,
turn it off or turn on?
I leave it on. Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang.
I actually listen to Kanye in the studio.
Yeah, in the studio. I'm talking about the gym.
I mean in the gym. Sorry.
Wait,
I think.
You turn off Gucci Gang when it come on in your car?
No. I don't.
I seen you got a Porsche Panamera. It's very nice. White. Very nice.
Listen,
very nice.
He's gonna give it to you too.
Yo, listen, when you riding in the car and Gucci Gang come on, and you got on Gucci, because I also watch your attire. You're very Gucci Gang too. You're very, and then that shit come on. Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci. And you're a lyricist.
I think it's a cool song. It's a cool song.
I don't turn it off.
Even when I'm in the
I be like Gucci Gang.
Even like in like the club and shit like that. In the
Gucci
club,
Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang.
You don't really want to hear like no super lyrical shit.
Nah, nobody wants it in the club.
Yeah,
I call it responsible ignorance.
Yeah, music.
That's when you're an adult.
Music should be like that though.
That's a good one. Responsible ignorance.
Music should be like that though. Music should be like a soundtrack to every single thing that could possibly go on in your life. It should be music for everything. It should be music for every mood. Just like watching a movie. You know what I mean? Like, I prefer lyrics. You know what I mean? But I also, you know, like I like tons of different styles of music, different kinds, different genres. You know what I'm saying? So you can pick something out of anything that these young dudes are doing. Some of it is just like, nah, not tolerable. You can't listen to it. But shit, I just turn it off.
I think there's different conversations when you're talking about, like, if you want to talk about the upliftment of hip-hop culture.
Yeah.
I mean, I think those are different conversations.
I agree with you, goddammit. And this is Drink Champs motherfucking podcast. We did what we had to do. Yo, Royce. Oh, before we get up out of here. Before we get up out of here. So, is it difficult for you to be around environments as a person that's sober? Because we want our fans to know that you can listen to us sober as well.
Yeah.
Just because we're getting inebriated and we're doing all this. This is about hip-hop history. This ain't about us getting drunk or whatever.
Leave
we
us.
had Joe Budden on here. And now we have you on here. And y'all both have similar stories being, you know, recovering. How hard is it to maintain an everyday society after you make that switch?
It's not difficult for me now. You know, when I first got sober, I didn't trust being in certain environments, so I just didn't allow myself to be in those environments. Like we was just about to do a Slaughterhouse tour when I got sober. I had to call all the guys in the group individually and just tell them that I couldn't go.
Right. Because of the sobriety.
We weren't able to do, because I didn't know what sobriety was. I didn't know if it was a situation where if I smell some liquor, would I want some? You know what I'm saying? Like, if the shit be like dangling a steak in front of my face and I'm hungry.
You did the 12 steps? Is that what you did?
Yeah, you automatically do the steps.
I'm saying.
And you was a Patron guy.
Yeah, I went through different phases in my drunkardness. But I had a legendary drunkardness.
Yeah, that means he drank everything.
Please give us the legendary drunkardness story.
I mean, I started out with the first drink I ever drank was Jack Daniels with Dre, with Dr. Dre.
With
so Jack Daniels, Dr. Dre. Dr.
Dre came to the studio and he turned you out on Jack Daniels.
I was at his.
What'd you say? Dr. Dre and Jack Daniels hung out together?
I didn't even realize the way I worded it.
What y'all gonna name this episode?
We're gonna name it Dr. Dre and Jack Daniels.
You're gonna have to call this pause friendly, the pause friendly episode.
Pause friendly, good.
Yeah, so I started out with Jack Daniels, and then I started drinking Bacardi with Marshall, just Bacardi straight.
That's all we drank in
Bacardi straight. I always
not Bacardi Limon, just Bacardi.
Bacardi Limon was next.
No, don't do it. Don't go there.
No, I was about to say I never ever in my drinking career drink mixed drinks.
Limon is the worst.
Always
I never
straight.
drink.
I seen you drink Patron straight. You're real rough.
That
That's
shit
the
just
reason
don't
why.
get in the way.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound like an alcoholic that's trying to bring you back.
But you do.
I don't mean to sound like that guy.
You're
I'm
that
just
guy
saying
right
that
now,
might have been the problem. Is you was going way too hard.
Nah, man.
You might have needed some seltzer water in your life. In your life. I'm just keeping it real. Your shit might have lasted a little. I'm not suggesting that right now. I'm not suggesting that. I love you, Royce, and I really respect you. I swear to God, I really, really do. But I'm just saying, maybe in another life. Not in this one. You know.
It was two things I didn't understand with drinking.
Okay.
Why people wanted their liquor to taste good.
No, it never tastes good.
Never tastes.
But that's what the mixed drink shit is for.
No, but that's what champagne is for.
You go to a bar and they put.
No, he's right.
They put this much.
No,
liquor
you're right.
in it,
But I never.
And then they put a bunch of shit in it to try and make it taste better.
I always tell people it never tastes good. It feels good.
The first one always hard.
Yeah, it's like you can't.
You're right. Yeah. Once your tongue is numb.
supposed to
How
taste
many
good.
years you got sober?
I'm on my 6th year.
Congratulations.
I'm about to be 6 years. So I didn't understand why people wanted it to taste good, and I didn't understand why people would just go have a couple drinks. If you're not gonna get fucked up, what you drinking for?
I'm not gonna lie. That's where I'm.
No, you drink to get fucked up. That's we're fucking assholes.
What's the use? So it's just like,
right.
man, we
No,
us
but I'm not
addicts.
gonna lie. I see you cut it off at one point. I see you feel yourself, and then I also
You see me?
Yeah, I see you like get it enough, and you went. But then I also see you tell Pitbull you want to fuck him up. I also witnessed this. I witnessed this.
Why do you have to say that?
At a ton of Pitbull just walks through and you said, Pitbull, fuck you. And I'm like, Yeah, what's going on? You're like, fuck you, Pit Bull. Fuck you, I'll fuck you up right now.
Guy,
I'm like, EFN. Why am I here? Why did you invite me out to a Tanasana? And everyone knows I'm not lying once I say a Tanasana. You understand that you gotta be very under the water to know that a Tanasana. Let me tell you what a Tanasana is. Let me just tell you what a Tanasana is, right?
This guy's an asshole, man.
Listen, when you Latino, right? There's like different levels of clubs. They got the clubs where it's like everybody can go to. Like, then there's the clubs where everybody can go to.
Okay.
So I mean, underage,
Right.
overage, middle age, no age. So we go to the joint, and I walk in.
This is so out of like the context of the story.
Hey,
Out of context.
Latinos, tell this nigga that the DJ said, "Quítate la ropa." Tell that nigga what I said. What does that mean?
Take off your clothes, yeah. To the chicks, yeah.
Bitches kicking.
All right, get to the story, guy.
I'm from New York City, Royce the 5'9". I'm like, where am I at?
Don't act like you wasn't in Miami for a couple years already.
No, this is kind of like my first night.
All right, buddy. All right.
Quítate la ropa. I remember that shit for the rest of my life. Quítate la ropa. Nigga said that in the bitch. I said, what the fuck type of Spanish is this?
Okay.
I needed to learn that Spanish. And then Pitbull just walked through.
But you know there's backstory to that.
I don't know the backstory.
What y'all
Royce, this is my story, Royce. Royce, this is my story. Can you please let it be my story, Royce? It's please. So I don't know the backstory. Listen, Royce, I don't know the backstory. All I know is he walked in and he did not say hi to EFN. And EFN took a couple of more quítate la ropa. And that nigga walked over and said, I'm gonna fuck you up right now.
I don't know.
Let's change
Let's make some noise for N.o.r.e's version.
What's your opinion on Javante Davis?
He a beast.
He's so sorry to you.
Future legend. I always say when people bring Tank up, I always say that nigga, he punches with conviction. He throws every punch like he's trying to kill you. I love those kind of fighters. That's that fire I'm talking about that can't be taught. Deontay got that fire.
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
So 100% hands down, Deontay Wilder is taking out Anthony Joshua, and that is it.
Well, you can never say 100% hands down in the heavyweight division. In the heavyweight division, it's
No, but right now we're taking your bet. We're taking your bet, Royce.
I would say put your money on Deontay.
Okay, but now your money. What would you bet?
I'm putting my money on Deontay if I'm betting.
All right, I'm talking about 1 to 10. How much money would you put? 1 to 10 on Deontay?
I'll say 10. I'll say 10. I'm confident that he was.
Where's Sonny?
He got more fire, man. He got more fire. More fire.
And when is this fight supposed to take place? June? July?
They still haven't. They haven't.
Okay.
They ain't signed on to fight each other yet. Huh?
Javante's fighting April 21st.
Javante is. Yeah.
I don't even know the niggas' name. What's happening?
Well, listen, man, Royce. I want to thank you for coming down. Sit down.
Thank you for having me.
And you know, for me, I want to salute you because I forget who are your peoples, but I wanted to ask them and say, yo, should we stop drinking or should we stop smoking or some type of shit? And they was like, Royce is good. He can sit right the fuck in there and y'all can do whatever you want. So before we get up out of here, how did you develop that type of tolerance where you could actually, sit around people that's indulging and you not indulge?
Yeah, it's sobriety. One of the things with sobriety is just about learning yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like learning exactly what you can and can't stand. Like when I first got sober, I thought I was gonna have to be exactly like how M do his shit. Like, it ain't nobody around M drinking and smoking
Like
and shit like
isolate
that.
yourself.
Yeah, you kind of, not saying that he's isolating himself, but we don't go around him drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like I was traveling with him while I was still drinking, and I never drank around him. You know, so like when I got sober and I went around Slaughterhouse, they did the same thing, but I'm sober, my nigga, so I could tell when you hiding drinks, hiding the bottle, and you know what I'm saying, when y'all got drinks but y'all just don't want me to see it. If anything, that shit make me feel more weird about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you reminded me that I'm the motherfucker who's different from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it make me feel better when everybody is just themselves. Do what works for you.
And you're mentally strong to be around this.
Yeah, because if we working with each other and we doing some shit, I want you to be in your element. You let me get in my element, and I want you to be in your element. Same with the interviews and shit, man. If this is what y'all do on here. You know what I mean? Like, I talk to people and tell them I'm coming. I'm excited. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go fuck with n.o.r.e. Like, how can you do that? But you don't drink. Like, yo, it don't mean I got to drink.
Right. I think I personally texted you and told you that. Like, please, that's not what we do. Like, you know, like the thing is, I'm sorry. We want to praise our artists. You know what I'm saying, Royce? So many people, they want to wait for you to die, or you to be hurt, or you to go through something tragic for people to actually be like, yo, Royce is dope.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so happy when you said something about Fat Joe recently.
Yeah.
It was like, how long are we gonna keep continuing to ignore that Fat Joe is just out here irrelevant? And then Fat Joe came and he said, yo, this is a lyrical giant. I forget what he said. You know, I'm paraphrasing, of course. But he bigged you up back, and I was just like, this is what hip hop is supposed to be. This is exactly what it is supposed to be. The thing is, we're so competitive with each other that we forgot to big up the people that we're actually fans of.
Yeah, you say something good about somebody, you automatically a dick rider.
Yeah, dick rider. We don't want that. That's what Drink Champs. That's what Drink Champs is established. Is to take away that dick rider correspond. Like, I have no problem with telling you, Royce, I think you're a lyrical giant. I think that, you know, aside from you know, like the actual success and the money, and it's no disrespect, it's all love. But you're up there with M and J. And you're up there lyrically.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying? You're up there with them. And the thing about it is, that takes nothing away from me from bigging you up.
Yeah.
So fucking what? You deserve it. You know what I'm saying? You deserve it. And the thing about hip hop is, so many people, they don't give a fuck about saying you deserve that.
People in hip hop aren't comfortable enough in their skin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like everything is contingent upon other people's opinion of you. So you put that, being worried about them and seeking validation from those people, you put that ahead of just being a good, genuine person. You know what I'm saying? And it take the people with respect like how you got. You can take the steps forward and big people up. Because they're not going to come at you a certain way. You already developed a certain respect. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same here. When it comes to lyricism, I feel like I can compliment anybody because I've already established myself as respected as a lyricist. So when they hear it coming from somebody like me, they look at it different. That's why I said what I said about Fat Joe. You know what I mean? Like, his longevity is inspiring to me, man. Like, he's like one of my idols. He's like one of my idols. I had conversations on the phone with people. I had conversations on the phone with Keno about industry shit. And there's certain things that I'm not supposed to be able to accomplish at my age, statistically, in this music shit. And then you turn around and you see Fat Joe do it. There's always an exception to the rule, always.
I think Drink Champs is that example as well.
No, he's right though. But it's all, you're both right. You're both right.
Hell yeah.
Both the same thing.
So seeing this show pop off for you and shit like that, that's equivalent to Fat Joe coming with Lean Back. It's like, it's incredible because it's not supposed to happen if you ask the critics.
And the thing about our show, so sorry. Thing about our show, it should be a cheat code for the people who season. Meaning the people that, like, everybody, I don't relax. I don't want to make excuses. Like, we're here for the people that have been here 10 years or more, who put their grind in. So now if you want to promote your little sisters, you know what I'm saying, single, and you want to come on here and you want to, you open up. If you want to promote your gator that just started rapping,
Your alligator?
It's alligator. Nigga got an alligator. I'm just saying. I'm just making it up right now. You got an alligator, and you want to, because this should be the cheat code for niggas that got 10 and 12 and 15 years or more in this game. Because you know what? You have the regular radio station when you're a new guy.
Yeah.
You have the regular SoundCloud when you're a new guy. But this should be a platform when you seasoned. And I'm talking about, you know what seasoned mean? Seasoned mean these motherfuckers season you and then put you in the refrigerator, nigga, and let you bake overnight. And then they take your monkey ass out, and then they fry you. That's seasoned. That means you had to stay in the refrigerator, cold, for a certain amount of time. That's what I'm saying. This is the fuck.
It's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie. But this is what it means when you say you seasoned in hip hop. You had to go through a certain freezer.
Yeah.
With the seasoning on you, and you can't even get hot.
Frozen.
You got seasoning on you, and you got to get
frozen
cold.
and seasoned.
This is real. You got to go through this in hip hop. And then after you come through that, this is the reason why I always push the hip hop union. Is because after you go through that freezer, and after you wake up that next day and they put you in the oven, hip hop should take care of you for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing about it. The thing about it is so many people who gave their blood, sweat, and tears, they did it. They went platinum, and they're fucking homeless right now. They're working in McCory's, and McCory's doesn't even exist no more. So that lets you know where they working.
Wow.
They working in Walmart.
That's heavy.
This is real shit. Mm. If you gave 10 years of your life to hip hop, and you really came out there, you really worked, our union should be a union in place.
Should be a fucking pension or something, yeah.
That at least helps. The only other corporation in the world that doesn't have a union is boxing. And boxing is the most brutal sport in the world. Is this what we're saying about an entertainment company?
Yeah.
That's
hip
what's being
hop.
said, yeah.
This is entertainment. We ain't beating each other up. I mean, we beat each other up because that's what we choose to. But this should be a hip hop union. So I am gonna continue doing this podcast. I'm keeping it until we find, because UTA and forget who reached out to us to help us with this hip hop union.
A couple people.
But until we actually get this, because God bless you, and I don't ever wanna, knock on wood, bless anything. But let's suppose something happens to you tomorrow, right? Royce, you went through your level where you had to get sober and you had to do something. And then you know what happens is the whole world says, "Well, M should have stepped up." Nah, right. Nigga, let me just say something. Let me be fair about this. Mm. Yeah, M should step up, but you know who should step up first?
Hip hop, the community.
You gave your blood, sweat, and tears to us.
Yeah.
It should be like a guild, like an actors guild.
It should be like
for
anytime any nigga in our community, he get locked up and it ain't rape, and it ain't murder.
Right.
It ain't something. It's all a crime that we can respect. He was selling weed. Fuck it, let's get that nigga. It's a crime that we can respect. Let's get him. But if you was to get sick right now, God bless. So sorry. There wouldn't be nothing to come to you but him. But a Paul Rosenberg, right. But your own people. And that's kind of not their responsibility after you give us 17 years of your life.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. After you give us 17 years of your life, it should be a union that just says, "Oh, Royce is sick. Oh, shut the fuck up. Everybody move the fuck back."
My nigga, when I got sober, I didn't even have health insurance.
Yeah. Health insurance
got me, my nigga got from an accident.
It's something new to people in our
I didn't
world,
even have health insurance.
Right.
I had a ton of money.
Right.
No health insurance.
Yeah.
That's just
the last thing we think about.
Yeah, it's like
but it's the first thing that bothers us.
Hip hop is like, it's a big business and it's like a lot of money to be made, but it's like you get no information when you come into this shit.
Right.
Everything you learn is based off of making mistakes, unless you blessed enough to be around somebody who can kind of like point you in the right direction. But you learn everything off of error, and statistically, most people don't survive those errors.
Damn.
That's crazy.
So it's not, hip hop is not set up for you to succeed. It's set up for you to fail, for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, please don't say hip hop. Say the business.
The business, yeah.
Entertainment.
Yeah, because hip hop is made for you to be whoever the fuck you want to be. You just got to be who the fuck you want to be.
Yeah.
But the business is definitely
The business,
made. Yeah. God damn it.